What is up, guys? Welcome to the WAN Show. I was hacked again, this time by Veritasium. And as many of you observed, my wife doesn't respect me.
Oh?
Have you read the comments on that video? It's wild. We'll talk about that later.
What?
Anyway, in other news this week, one of our friends in the industry has been embroiled in a little bit of controversy. I'll have to give you some background on that.
We'll use our panel of judges to review. I just got signed out of the docs, so
nice.
I'm working on it.
Wow, it's a good show. What a great show by a professional.
Cloudflare wants to help block AI training bots, which is actually sick. And California is changing how companies have to communicate purchases versus basically renting software or renting a game.
Pretty much what we do today.
Which is, I'm very happy they're doing this. This is actually super cool.
The show is brought to you today by Remotely, Squarespace, Jumpcloud, and of course our chair partner Secret Lab and laptop partner LG. Why don't we jump into a little bit of behind the scenes? That Veritasium collab, we actually have been working on doing more collabs because we realized that we've kind of been stuck in our little bubble up here in Vancouver and haven't talked to anybody or collaborated with anybody pretty much since COVID. Mm-hmm. And there have been a couple of small exceptions, but we used to collab with other creators a fair bit and we just stopped. In fairness to us, we've been a little busy, especially over the last year. We've had some work to do getting our house in order, but we kind of talked about this a couple of months ago, I guess, and aligned on that. Hey, we need to kind of, get out there, put ourselves out there, start seeing people again.
I was pushing for this for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
I think it's cool. It's a good part about being a creator.
Well, and it's fun.
Yeah.
I think it's fun for everybody. It's fun for me. I like to think I'm fun to collaborate with for other creators. And I think it's fun for the audience as well to see these crossovers. Yeah. Anyway, the Veritasium collab was one that completely fell into our lap. Derek reached out and he was basically like, look, I think out of kind of everyone that I could work with on this, you're probably one of the ones that would appreciate what we're doing the most.
Right.
And I was like, this sounds like the coolest thing ever. But something people, I think, don't necessarily realize is that in a production like this, there is a little bit of movie magic. That is not to say that the attack vector isn't real. It is real. That is not to say that if Derek wanted, he couldn't have intercepted my phone number.
You put a skin on it.
Oh. We could talk about my skin a little bit later.
Oh, okay.
Not right now.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
The point is that he could have intercepted my number.
Yeah.
But if you observed any things about the video that were a little weird, it's because it wasn't my number, because Derek and our team had serious reservations around anybody, whether it's him or the security researcher that he partnered with or anybody, just willy-nilly intercepting my communications.
I was mad.
Were you?
I saw the video came up in my notifications and I had a massive WTF, why did you not tell me moment.
Oh yeah, that actually makes sense. Yeah, I probably should have mentioned it to you.
And then I skipped through the video to be like, what happened? Do I need to be doing something about, no one told me anything happened. And then I see your phone at one point and I was like, oh, that's not his phone. Okay. And then I went all the way back and just watched it casually.
However,
this was a good video.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. So one of the things that people seemed kind of upset about in the video was that Yvonne doesn't respect me.
Why? Yeah, I don't understand.
I would just like to give you guys a little bit of background for what happened in our interaction. First of all, when I called her, so I knew it was coming from a real SIM, a SIM that they obtained over the counter, because the point was not to just do a theoretical demonstration. The point was to do a practical, real-life demonstration of how this kind of an attack works. It is very real. So they just obtained a SIM and put it into a phone. But that wasn't my SIM. So when I called Yvonne, it was coming from a completely different phone number, one that she wasn't familiar with.
Oh, I didn't even, because I knew that, so I didn't even register. Okay.
So when I first called her, I was just messing with her at the beginning of the call. Did you notice I tried to make my voice sound like kind of like a scam?
I thought this was pretty obvious, to be honest. I didn't even sort of. I've been sitting here confused about what they would have even been talking about because I thought it was like pretty apparent.
So Yvonne hung up on me. Not because she doesn't respect her husband or doesn't want to talk to me. She hung up on me because she is a smart lady.
No, it's good.
Who happens to be the financial controller for a small to medium-sized business, depending on how you measure it, and is not interested in talking to AI robocaller spam people.
Yeah.
She did a great job. It was actually partially just because I had an opportunity to just do a little test. Like if I sounded a little weird, would she stay on the line or would she hang up?
No, that's good. She did the right thing.
She did 100% the right thing.
If anything, I thought that. I didn't.
So then the one that I do want to explain is that when I was actually talking to her and I was kind of explaining how the thing works, and she said, "I'm with Cindy," and I was immediately like, "Okay, bye." And she was like, "Bye." The reason for that is because our cat was sick. So we got 2 kittens a few weeks ago. Yeah, I guess it's almost a month ago now. We adopted 2 little kittens that were our neighbor's friend found them in their shed, essentially. So these are just like wild cat kittens. And one of them developed a fever and was super lethargic. And we contacted our vet friend and we were like, "Hey, Cindy," context, how long should we wait? Like, because I know from talking to you, like the smaller the animal, potentially the scarier any kind of illness can be.
Always, but for the most part, yeah.
But you know, if you don't like have a lot of blood and meat and liquid in you, you know, not drinking for a day is a lot bigger of a deal for something, you know, like this with no blood in it versus like if an elephant didn't drink for a day, it's probably going to be okay.
It does vary a fair amount, but yeah.
I think we can say it's a general
in
rule.
general, probably, yeah.
So it was enough for me to ask, and I'm like, "Yo, Cindy, like, how long should we wait to bring him in?" And she goes, "A day at most." And I'm like, "Okay,
that's not a lot, yeah.
So what's your availability like?" So she squeezed us in. So the reason that I'm with Cindy meant this conversation needs to end right now.
Oh, yeah, because you're on a crazy time crunch.
Was because she was at the vet who had graciously squeezed us in to take care of our sick kitten.
If that was rude, I'm rude. I was filming a video
100%.
Not that long ago. Emma called me, and I answered and was like, "I'm filming a video," and she's like, "Okay, bye," and just immediately hung up. She did.
Yeah. So
I don't know. It's all fine.
So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know there's a bit of movie magic in stuff like this, but the video was great. The attack is
awesome.
Extremely real, and the demo was 100% real, but if there was any kind of weirdness that you guys observed, it was because it was a little weird. I was calling from an unfamiliar number in the first place. I decided to do the voice because I thought it was funny. I'm actually kind of surprised he left that in the cut. I didn't really contribute any of my thoughts to how he should cut it together or how his team should deal with that. They were super professional. It was super cool working with them. I first met Derek
quite a few years ago at this point.
5 years ago or something
at
like
least.
that. And
remember the COVID gap?
Yeah.
It might be longer.
No, it was pre-COVID gap at a creator summit, I think. So yeah, I first met him ages ago.
No, I'm thinking like it might be closer to like 7 is what I'm saying.
No, I don't think so.
20.
Dude, 7 years ago, I wasn't cool enough to get invited to a creator summit.
That's 2017.
I know. Yeah, no, I didn't go to creator. No.
Really?
Yeah, no. Dude, even when I went, I think it was 5 years ago, I was like not a cool kid, you know? Like, they're seriously like massive personalities at these things with, you know, global, you know, followings and huge brands and dude, I think that was around the time that like Dude Perfect was signing like deals with Nickelodeon, you know? And I'm like, I make tech tips.
I can fix your computer.
Do you want some tech tips? Do you like computers?
Stop all the downloading.
So,
Got him.
so I was just happy that, you know, cool kids like Veritasium and Michael from Vsauce were even willing to like talk to me a little bit. That was exciting. I never thought we'd collaborate, and then this one just happened completely out of nowhere, and I'm so excited. I think Derek's great. Thought the video was great. Really appreciated it.
I learned a bunch of stuff,
but that's why it was a little weird. And everything is okay. We're okay. Everyone's okay. What else do we want to talk about this week? You want to pick our next topic?
Sure. Do you want to talk about Cloudflare? Cloudflare has announced a suite of tools called AI Audit, which allows website owners to monitor which bots are crawling their site, as well as giving them background on the bots, who owns them, and what their purpose is. For example, scraping information for AI training, cataloging web pages, which you probably want them to do, or collecting information for research. Users can also choose to block all bots, to block them based on purpose, or to block them individually. According to Cloudflare, users will eventually be able to sell access to their site to these bots, either with a flat rate or a scaled rate based on their purpose. Let's go Cloudflare.
Yeah, it was actually kind of a good week for like tech giants doing pretty cool stuff.
Doing big enterprise level stuff as well.
Well, I don't know if it's in the doc, but Valve removed forced arbitration from their end user agreement.
Is it not in the doc?
No, that's okay. I mean, it's a huge thing.
The internet's very happy about it.
There's a huge thing, but there's not a lot for us to say about it.
There really isn't.
Other than that happened. And that's super cool.
It's like one of the only times ever that terms and conditions have changed, and it's like, oh wow, that's good.
For the better.
Yeah.
That is freaking awesome. There was another big one this week. Actually, why don't we jump right into one of our other kind of
this is sick,
more exciting topics.
The positive show.
I am not necessarily the biggest fan of, regulation for the sake of regulation. And I actually had a really interesting conversation at Creator Summit with a small creator who uses YouTube Shorts to promote their snack business. Like they are only really on YouTube because they made promotional videos for their restaurant that they franchise out, and they did really well. And they're like at Creator Summit. And I'm like, okay, this will be a cool conversation because that's not an origin story I've heard before. Anyway, so it was really cool. But one of the things that he mentioned to me was that working in the Lone Star State, opening up in Texas was like easy as pie, and the regulatory burden for a small snack franchise somewhere like California, he said, was much higher, and that it was very frustrating. But you got to give California props once in a while, because this
is cool.
Is awesome. California has passed AB 2426, a new law that forces digital storefronts to clearly state that they are only offering a digital license at the point of sale. These companies must list all restrictions on the license up front, including the fact that it can be revoked. Digital storefronts cannot imply that customers are buying a product that they will own unless the end user can permanently download the product and use it offline indefinitely.
So good.
Companies that fail to do this will be subject to a fine for false advertising.
Because that's what it is.
And so they should be. You do not buy games. You don't own games. You lease them. In fact, you don't even lease them because there isn't a clear term. There isn't a clear term to the agreement. You are... Well, what even is it? It's not. It's like month-to-month rental, except...
Buying a temporary right or something, right of access.
It's... okay, yes, it's an access license. I understand what it is. I just mean the way that they've phrased it in the past makes it sound like you are buying games. You go on the Valve what? Which tab is it? What's it labeled?
Store.
Right. You go on the store. That sounds like I'm buying a game, does it not?
People are like, you forgot GOG. No, we didn't. I don't know what you're even talking about.
We're not even talking about GOG.
Get off it. GOG's great. Love GOG.
Yes. When you buy a game from GOG that is a DRM free game that you download, you are buying the game.
They're just not going to have to change anything.
Yeah, we're not talking about GOG.
Other people will have to change
We're talking about
things.
literally everything else.
Stop.
I don't hate hot dogs!
My goodness.
The sponsor of the bill, Assemblymember Irwin, cited Ubisoft deleting the crew from players' accounts in April as an example of why the law was necessary.
Good.
Absolute Chad.
Nice move.
Absolute Chad.
Good moves. S+.
Thank you for paying attention to stuff that sucks and going, well, hold on a second. Is this a one-off or is this a systemic problem? This is a systemic problem. California also passed another law, the Phone Free School Act, which requires schools to limit student access to cell phones except in case of emergency or with the permission of a teacher, administrator, doctor, or individualized education program for children with special needs. This makes California the 15th state to have passed such a law. I have got to say, there's recently been a lot of movement on cell phone bans in schools here in Canada as well. I'm kind of cool with it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty glad that my kids, by the time they hit high school, are not just all going to be on their cell phones all day.
I genuinely think it's a huge deal. Like, I don't have kids, but if I did, I would.
That you know of.
Oh, my goodness. If I did, I would.
The 100
I would
success rate's got to count for something.
Very much hope that this would exist because the brain rot is so intense. Billions of dollars going into trying to corrupt your mind into never leaving a device is not something that you want flowing into the brain of a child. Like, it's just, I don't know.
And like, I realize that we both literally sound, but think of the children right now.
But actually.
But these are things that at this point, it's becoming fairly well documented, have negative effects on honestly, still developing minds.
It's a think of the everyone. Like, this screws over adults and stuff too, right? But like at a certain point, you can't control them. And they're not even really they're just controlling them at school, which like, that makes sense anyways.
Yeah, what are you doing on your phone at school that you need your phone for?
Theoretically nothing.
It's like school.
Don't a lot of the classrooms have laptops and stuff now?
Yeah, depending,
probably.
Yeah, and if you need one, it does, yes.
Yeah. So like,
and if you don't need one, then
it's not going to.
Then it doesn't need it.
Yeah. So you don't need your phone. Stop.
It's like I'm honestly surprised that I'm honestly surprised that this took as long as it did. I mean, they would literally stop us from intercepting pieces of paper that we passed to each other. So how I mean, I guess it can get kind of complicated, right? You know, oh, this is my personal property, you can't confiscate it from it. But like, that never stopped anyone from confiscating something from me. I mean, they confiscated my silly string when I sprayed that girl with it.
I think the rules changed. Yeah,
that was only because she was the daughter of a teacher, though. They wouldn't have done it for anyone else. I got an in-school suspension for silly string. Who cares?
When I was in grade 1, I was racing little boats down the stream that was at my school with my friends on lunch or recess or whatever, and then I had my boat with me in class, and I wasn't even playing with it. I just had it with me, and she took it, and she never gave it back. Ever.
How dare she?
I will literally never get over this. This will bother me forever. The fact that she never gave it back is nuts.
His paper boat, my silly string in suspension.
Scarred for life.
School's traumatic, man. It's traumatic. I mean, my dad was always telling me about the Catholic school, and they hit his knuckles with the ruler and everything. I'm like, Dad, you had it easy, brother.
What about my silly string?
What about my silly string?
Oh man. But no, seriously, I think it's good. There's the arguments of like, oh yeah, but you would have it on you as a tool. So like learning how to use it, yeah.
It's not the point. You don't just immediately stop with it.
Learning when you leave school either. And like, you'll get into you will have no problem learning the habit that your phone has answers to things outside of school.
Yeah, I'm really not worried about that. I don't think that kids need to be trained to use their phone more.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Not
here.
An issue, bad argument. One thing I want to add is there was a bunch of Cloudflare announcements actually, and some of the other ones are really cool. One of the ones that I want to point out was tweeted out by Troy Hunt and shared to me by, I think it was Handyman.
Any relation to Mike?
You know Troy, right?
I know. I'm just being an
wrap Cloudflare around your site, and they can now automatically hit Have I Been Pwned passwords during a login attempt. Check it against our DB, as in Have I Been Pwned DB, and pass a request header to the origin if the password has been breached.
That's so cool.
Actually, super awesome.
And
really awesome. If Cloudflare could figure out their enterprise support, I would be very happy. But your tools are great and have always been really awesome. I like working with you very much. No plans of ever canceling subscription, so I'm putting myself in a bad negotiation position. But your enterprise support has always been a little bit questionable, and it's really expensive. So if you could figure that out, that would be great. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sick. We should probably update the sign. What are we supposed to do next?
If you want next, let's do a couple of merch messages.
Heck yeah.
I mean, how many topics do we have to get through? I mean, we can backload them. That's fine.
I think we're gonna. Well, we already did 3 topics, Dan.
I don't know what's going on. I was doing math the whole time trying to figure out when I'm supposed to end this show. So whatever.
We don't expect him to actually listen to us. He just says we only pay him enough to sit in the same room.
All right, left mic. Let's keep going.
To take out.
Come on. We got deadlines. We got dying birds.
All right. Dude, what the heck? You better hope they're alive when he gets home.
Well, that's why I want to get them home. Otherwise, they will
be. They'll be fine.
They're fine. They're fine.
Guess what's here?
Hey!
Cargo pants. I would like to take a moment to just point out that these pants do not defy the laws of physics. So you cannot fit a submarine in them.
Oh. What?
Well, just there were some people upset about the size of the laptop.
Somebody's going to upload a
bag.
picture with like a Lego submarine in their pocket or
I'm
something.
sure they will.
Linus lied again. He was wrong. Linus was wrong.
Anyway.
Get them, boys.
The LTT cargo pants are now here for your wearing.
Is that you? Is that one you?
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
For your wearing and viewing pleasure, complete with magnetic pocket flaps, hammer loops, zipper back pockets, YKK baby, loads of carrying capacity with different sizes of either pass-through, so see these ones here are like pass-throughs for pens or whatever else, or regular pockets. Yeah, we flip and love these. We have spent a lot of time developing them. There's like an army of internal people that absolutely swear by them. Tynan, I don't think ever takes them off.
Yeah, he's always
Andrew from the camera crew only rarely removes his. I have been dailying these. You've probably seen them a lot in the videos. In case you're wondering, this is how they patina. So they definitely change in color a little bit, but yeah. I actually really like the way they fade out.
Yeah, I was going to say, if anything, I think they might look better.
Anyway, it's available now, 21 pockets, gusseted crotch that allows for a wide range of motion, darted dual-layer knee pads that allow you to kneel in them comfortably. They're great for everyday wear with a soft, washed-down feel, and available now at lmg.gg/cargo pants. Now, there is a slight controversy already because I'm addicted to it. We only offer different waist sizes and a 30-inch inseam at this time. We are exploring alternate inseam lengths, which is going to be good for taller boys. Yes, Dan, I hear you. But we need to see if let me put it this way. We've never really had... Oh, Luke, you are standing in none of our camera views.
Yeah, but you can't see my feet anyways.
What a guy.
There's no camera view that shows that.
Yeah, they can.
None of our cargo...
Other website.
Oh, my goodness.
None of our lower half products have ever been particularly out of the park grand slam hits. This one actually does look like it's going pretty well so far, but we didn't want to overcommit. Every additional inseam length adds another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 SKUs. So we would like to restock. We have actually already done the work for 32-inch and 34-inch inseams.
Inseam is crotch to ankle, right? Is that right?
If I recall correctly, yes.
I don't know.
So anyway, yep, we know, and we're working on it. And if these ones sell well, then we will absolutely be looking to do more.
Yes.
The other thing that is finally here is the new spout lids for LTT water bottles are now available. We cleared out all of the old ones. Hey, new and improved spout lid V2 on every LTT insulated water bottle. Easier to hold, easier to clean, more durable. Those are the main benefits. And I have a spout lid for myself to upgrade to right now. Oh, look at that. We've got a bunch of different colors. How wonderful is that? Gotta love it.
I think the water bottles have been out for a while, so now you can get them again.
Yeah, the packaging is plastic. The reason is that these are from it's the same packaging we used on our old spout lids that we had, and we just forgot that we still used plastic packaging the last time we ordered these, which was a long time ago. We ordered like a ton of them, and we never updated them on that. We wanted new packaging that didn't have plastic, so we're sorry we've let you down. That is our bad. Anyway,
Ukulele.
I want to do a quick demo of the durability of the new lid. And this is either going to be a great moment in WAN Show history.
Is this an Elon Musk throws steel ball at windshield?
Dude, we don't even need to go Elon Musk to find an example of an epic live fail when doing a product demonstration. Is this a backpack dual layer moment?
Shank.
So here we're gonna go Linus cam here.
So what are you gonna whack it against the table?
So you're gonna notice that the threads are on the outside. Yes, it feels a little funny on the lips, but we felt that the improvement in cleanability,
incredibly easy to clean now,
was worth the slight issue there. We have these little pull tabs.
Those are awesome
on our O-rings.
In the top one too.
Yeah. Also in the top, there's a little pull tab in there, so you can pull the O-rings out, really clean them, because guys, you should pull them out and you should clean them on your water bottle, on your thermos, on everything. It is disgusting, the amount of gunk that can get built up in these.
You said it doesn't fit the old bottle, right? It does fit the old bottle.
Fit the old bottle? Yeah.
I don't think anyone said that.
This is an old bottle?
Yeah.
The very, very OG bottles. The very, very first order that we ever placed, it fits them, but you got to screw them on like really tight or it leaks.
Okay.
They changed the threading a little bit. It won't affect pretty much anybody because anyone who upgraded to a new lid with those, I talked to customer service about it. They were like, yeah, basically anyone who complained about it, we replaced their bottles and like it's pretty much dealt with.
Okay.
Anyway, the other thing, what's the other thing? So this stays in place. Real good. But the big one is that
what's he gonna do?
We have upgraded the durability of this handle here.
You're dripping on your laptop.
Well, you know what? Maybe you should have thought of that before you gave me a laptop. Okay, so there's this one has like kind of a little like sharp spot, the old one. So the new one is nicely rounded. So when you're carrying it like this, it doesn't like cut into your fingers.
That's what you mean by that. Okay.
But the bigger difference is that.
What is it? What's the plan?
Hold on. Which way is tight? The old one breaks about that easily.
Okay. That did in fact happen.
Yep.
I thought that was the new one, and I saw it instantly break when he did that, and I was like, oh boy.
Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
Let me just hide the banner.
Oh yeah,
wait,
sure.
yeah. Cool. That's hitting pretty hard. That's harder than a drop.
Let's go.
Nice. Okay. All right. Break the table. Yeah. Oh goodness.
Still good. Luke,
Yeah.
verify.
Yeah. No,
Luke
it's
wouldn't
good.
lie to you.
It's good.
All right.
Yeah, there is. I don't even think there's a mark.
So spout lid V2.
There's probably a mark on the table. Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's dents.
All right. Well, water bottle 1, I guess.
Yep. So yeah, cool. There you go. Enjoy. So, merch messages. Now's a great time to leave a merch message. All you got to do is go to LTTStore.com, throw one of our great new water bottle V2 lid plus water bottles or just a lid in your cart, and you'll see a little box pop up for merch messages. You can also check out the new cargo pants. Merch messages will go to producer Dan, who will forward them to someone internally, respond to them himself, sometimes incomprehensibly, or he will curate them for me and Luke to respond to. Dan, do you want to show them how merch messages work?
Yeah, sure. Hey, Linus, I just got a kitten. His name is Kirkland. Really excited. Nice. Since you have more cables than anyone, how do you keep them from chewing on cables?
You hope that your cat doesn't develop the habit of chewing on cables. In all seriousness, though, you can buy stuff
like
that you kind of paint onto it that tastes really, really bad to them. That is probably the best way to go about it. You can also try keeping the little spritzer near and giving them the old spritz when they do something that they're really, really not supposed to. But it's the bitter stuff is probably your best bet.
To my dear Linus, Luke, and Dan the Man, I was wondering if any fixed shaft screwdrivers were in development, and if so, what are the different challenges in design compared to the existing screwdrivers?
Fixed shaft.
It's hard to say. Fixed shaft screwdrivers.
Fixed shaft started development before Precision did. We had sort of this grand concept of what it would look like, where we would have blades and handles that were kind of stocked as pieces, and we would almost build to order. So the idea was that we would have kind of like with our desk pads, where it was and our water bottles, where it's one price and you kind of decide what size of one you need, right? The idea was that we would just have a screwdriver price, and then you could mix and match your blades and your handles. So if you wanted you have giant hands and you wanted a giant handle with a little Phillips number 1 or something like that, or you wanted a long one or a short one, you'd essentially be able to get a screwdriver in any configuration that you wanted. And if we could get the cold press fit right, then it would have all the strength and rigidity and solidity of a fixed shaft screwdriver, but with the flexibility of a configurable screwdriver. We did a lot of development on that. We worked on a version of the handle that has a rubberized overmold. I don't think that ever went to actual injection molding, but we have prototypes that feel pretty darn good. We designed a bunch of different blades. We worked out sort of, exactly what they would be. But where it kind of has stalled right now is a process for assembly and the risk of stocking that many SKUs. So if you think about it, Phillips number 2, let's say, for computer builders, that's going to be one you're familiar with. How many Phillips number 2 blades do I need? Oh, well, hold on. First, how many handles do I need? We wanted 5 sizes. We wanted small, extra small, medium, extra medium, and large, or something like that. I forget exactly what we called them, but it was internal goofy names. They weren't customer ready. Of those,
micro medium.
Of those, we were going to do, I think, 2 shaft girths. So the 2 biggest sizes were going to be a big boy, or actually, it might have been 3. I think it was 3 shaft girths. So already for each handle, we're going to need 2 molds or an insert mold. So that adds a bit of complexity as well. So the big one, you could do a giant slot number 3, right? Or you could do a Phillips 2. And then the very smallest one, you could do a tiny triple zero Phillips, or you could do up to maybe a Phillips 1, right? So you'd have these 3 blade sizes and these 5 handle sizes. And there's going to be, you wouldn't be able to do the smallest blade and the biggest handle, or vice versa, but there'd be some overlap there. Okay, then we had to figure out all the different tip styles, right? So a Phillips number 2, we were going to need at least probably 2 blades times however many lengths we want to support. So if you want a stubby length, medium length, and a long boy, then okay, that's already what is that? 6 blades for Phillips number 2. So, and that's just one tip. Then we had to figure out a modular system for labeling the cap, because we wanted to be able to put these into like a block, kind of like knives.
Okay.
And be able to easily see, or just like some kind of screwdriver holder, like a vertical one or an angled one or whatever. We wanted to be able to do like a modular labeling system essentially. And we came up with a system for that. They were just going to be like silicone, like kind of butt plug shaped things. And they would just kind of pop into the butt of the screwdriver, the butt end, like in the butt. They were like plugs and they go in the... What, you're making it dirty. It's the butt of a screwdriver.
You danced around everything else. And you just went right in on that one.
Oh yeah, right in.
Yeah, with the just
Did I already say the right? Okay, so the other issue is the workflow and product management issue of like how to just in time this. How to turn our, what is right now mostly a warehousing operation that we work with, into like screwdriver assembly on site as well. Because for the regular screwdriver, assembly is actually done at PH molds where they do the molding because they like warm fit them. So it pretty much is stalled. We could just do what other people have done and just find a screwdriver set and just friggin', I don't know, like put our brand, like silk screen our brand on it or whatever. We could do that. But you know, we, for better or for worse, often approach a product and ask ourselves, what are we adding to this category? And if the answer is not really anything, then we kind of think maybe we just shouldn't bother. We are currently exploring a new way to tackle like fixed-ish shaft screwdriver. So it would be like a multi-bit screwdriver, but where you swap out the entire blade. But what I told the team is, look, if there's any wobble, then to me it isn't worth making. Like, it's not a fixed shaft screwdriver competitor at that point, so let's just not even bother. But I think Robert from the engineering team at Creator Warehouse has actually been making some good progress on that. So maybe we'll have something to share with you guys in the next like 6 to 12 months. But don't hold your breath. If you need a screwdriver, go buy a screwdriver, brother. Like, I'm not gonna tell you it's gonna be like God's gift to screwdrivers. It's if we bring something out, it'll be great, because otherwise, why would we bother making it? But don't deprive yourself of screwdriver ownership on my accord. The last thing that I'm supposed to cover for the LTT announcements period of the show is ModMat signups. We're getting closer to finally launching ModMat, so we just want to remind you that if you want to get notified the moment it drops, you can sign up at lmg.gg/ModMat. It's going to be affordable. It's going to be extremely high quality. I think you guys are going to be really, really impressed by it. And I am... Based on how the last couple launches have gone, with the Scribe driver and the Precision, if you aren't on the email list, you're not getting one.
We should, if that's going to be the case, we might want to just order more stuff. We're having some conversations internally around our stocking strategy. I think that the pendulum had swung pretty far toward ordering a lot of stuff and then struggling to sell through it in a reasonable amount of time, because unlike a lot of retail operations, ours is not entirely self-contained. It has convenient access to media empire cache that it can just kind of use whenever it needs it. So it had gotten kind of fast and loose with how much inventory it was allowed to carry. So, you know, since Taryn came on, one of his major priorities has been taking care of dead and aging inventory. So we have freed up a lot of cash with Lime Day, and there was another promo that we did last Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So we freed up a lot of cash. So we actually have a lot of stuff on order right now, and we're going to be flush with inventory and more inventory of the right things. But I think in the interim, the pendulum might have swung a little too far the other way, and we were being very conservative about our order quantities. And this is just one of those things that, you know, look, we aren't your local retailer who is taking an inventory from their regional distributor, who is taking an inventory from their country distributor, who is taking an inventory from the manufacturer. And there's a well-developed supply chain here that has enough excess at each stage to help smooth out any bumps so that nobody gaps out, right? And even then, things gap out.
Like Intel has a controversy with 13th, 14th gen, and they're out of stock everywhere. Nobody can get one. Like it happens even to companies that have been doing this for decades. We haven't. So, and we don't have the benefit of these additional layers of the supply chain to help smooth things out. We are ordering directly from factories. We are creating custom products. It's not like when we don't have precision screwdrivers, we can just like source another one and swap it into our bit sets and ship them. No, we have to get them made. We have to get them machined. We have to source all the pieces individually. It's complicated. And so when we gap out, we tend to gap out really hard because it could be a 3-4 month turnaround in order to actually get everything together, get it all assembled and bring it into the store. So we're gonna be working on that. We're gonna do a better job for you guys. But in the meantime, sign up for a notification for ModMat if you want one, because otherwise you might not get one. We ordered these a while back. Okay, this says, don't read the title, read the first point.
Good job.
We have a very special message from our very own Riley. Let's watch.
Are you doing this?
You're already playing audio, so pause it from somewhere else.
Yes, I will. I will do that.
And I made sure it worked this week.
Wow. Dan?
I did the bare minimum. Yay!
Good job. Good job. No, I think that goes beyond bare minimum. I think that's minimum. Not bare. That's a clothed minimum.
Thank you.
Okay. Are we doing this?
I was just going to let it kind of hang here awkwardly for a little bit.
We don't have to do that. We could.
No, it's fun.
All right. Here we go.
There.
Okay, so if you play that, they should hear it. You should hear it.
Backflip, watch this. Whoa, that was gnarly. Hey, you want
What the f*** just happened? I have told that guy so many times, not at work.
It was off hours. Don't worry about it. I think.
Do you know?
I don't think that actually makes it okay.
He has disclosed this publicly. He has had like so many concussions. Every time he's like, Linus, I could do a backflip. I'm going to do a backflip. I want to do a backflip on stream. I'm going to do that. I'm like, no, I don't. It is not worth the damage you could do to your brain.
How did you allow this to happen?
That was not during work hours.
It doesn't matter. Don't encourage this behavior. Do you know what happened last time he fell down the stairs?
I don't know.
He missed work for like 2 months.
But then he blew up. Now he's beloved boy.
That is not the point.
What's your takeaway from that?
It was a funny edit. Sorry.
Okay.
There you go, guys.
No
Hurting
more.
yourself at work is a path to fame here.
No, I don't know. No,
that's what he made it sound like.
Yes. Yeah.
No, I do not approve of this. Anyway, let's just finish the thing.
to learn more fun facts about me? Tune into Floatplane for Riley Week all next week. Here's some fun clips. Gotta get the blood up. The core issue with Star Wars today, as I see it, is that it's struggling to change itself. How is your Tim Cook impression so good?
I don't know.
The ship is not moving! Shoot the ship! What does being a minimalist actually mean? I'm gonna be so loud, I'm gonna be so disruptive. Bing bong, how is Riley's mom?
Uh-oh.
You keep my mom's name out your... Wow, those were great. You want more? Subscribe to Floatplane. I'm talking to you, Linus.
What? I'm subscribed to Floatplane.
Not technically. Well,
yeah, I think I'm subscribed enough.
Yeah.
I think when you sign the checks to the development team, you're effectively subscribed.
I don't think so, actually.
All right. For those of you who don't know what People Weeks are, it's when we dedicate a week of Floatplane exclusives to one person with the addition of an extra Floatplane exclusive. So that's 3 extras rather than the usual 2 a week. Riley Week includes an 18-minute Star Wars rant, office interviews, and answering your very own questions about Riley. Can you guess which one was his idea?
18-minute Star Wars rant.
Oh, yeah.
I like how they put a time on it because
Riley
of mine.
spent an immense amount of time writing his Star Wars rant. It was 6 pages. So please give him love and support by going to lmg.gg/Riley24.
What does that do?
I have no idea. All right, Dan, hit us with a topic. You know what, Luke?
Sure.
Hit us with a topic.
I'm going to interject here. I got a message from Sammy. The floatplane wallpapers are currently unlisted. How do you want
we'll
to
talk about them later.
distribute them?
We'll talk about them later.
As long as it's in your brain. Another topic, yeah?
Yeah, okay. What do you want to talk about, Luke? YouTube premium prices are on the rise?
Oh, it was such a good positive show so far.
Okay, let's go with something else. Intel Lunar Lake. No, it actually looks really promising. Yeah. Multiple outlets have now benchmarked Intel's Core Ultra Series 2 or Lunar Lake CPUs, at least the Ultra 7 258V. Unintelligible product names aside,
Insane.
The performance appears to fall behind AMD's top-end Ryzen AI 9 HX 370. But it is worth noting that this isn't the most performant Lunar Lake SKU. That would be the Ultra 9 288V, but Intel didn't send that one out for comparison testing. Despite this, the Arc Graphics 140V iGPU is apparently both faster and more efficient than the Ryzen's Radeon 890M, according to Notebook Check. That is only a little bit exciting. I personally don't necessarily need, 8% faster mobile. I mean, I won't say no to it. That's fantastic. But what actually makes me excited about that is maybe Battle Mage won't suck.
Oh.
Maybe Battle Mage Dedicated won't suck. Maybe NVIDIA will have some pressure on them. Come on! I really need Arc graphics to be good. And the other thing is that the battery life apparently rivals that of the Snapdragon laptops they've tested. PC World ran it through their standard video rundown test, looping a 4K video at fixed brightness, and Lunar Lake lasted 21 hours on a 73 watt-hour battery. You know what? I got to tell you. Framework investment aside, I never stopped using my Qualcomm laptop. Like, dude, watch this. I'm going to show you a magic trick. Yeah, just wait. It's a good magic trick. It's a good trick. Okay, watch. Wait for it. Exciting trick.
It's not very fast.
Look at that. It's not about the speed. It's about the quality of the trick. I'm a quality trick. Not fast, though. Not a fast trick. Look at that. My battery isn't dead.
Yeah.
Dude, if you were me, okay?
This needs so much more story around it, this trick of yours.
If you were me, okay, you would know that any other laptop in my backpack, if I pulled it out, it would be dead.
Oh, okay.
Because I am really bad about charging it. And when I'm using it, I just like leave it on for long periods of time because I'll be like referring back to it for notes. And so my laptop is just always dead. Except this laptop. This laptop, always alive. I love it. It's amazing.
I just have my same, like, very old at this point laptop that I just drag the cable around everywhere for and plug in every room I go to.
Dude,
it's awesome.
MacBook battery life is a game changer, and I would have loved to enjoy it for the last few years, except I just can't Mac OS. I just can't. And the funny thing is, I think that was only because the last time I tried or thought about it was like 3 or 4 years ago. Now, I probably could Mac OS because pretty much everything I do has transitioned to a browser.
Yep.
In fact, I was kind of thinking my next challenge might be a Chromebook challenge.
Oh.
I've never really given Chrome OS a daily driver treatment, like a real fair shake. And these days, I'm using Windows, but I'm using Windows with limited compatibility. If I'm going to use something with limited compatibility, I might as well open up my horizons to Mac or Linux. or Chrome OS. Not Linux yet. I'm waiting for Steam OS. I want Steam OS before I Linux again.
The Chromebooks are what the heck?
Yeah, Chromebooks cost nothing, dude. I mean, part of that is because they just use cheaper, crappier hardware.
Yeah, but still, like $100?
Yeah. I mean, that's refurbished. Come on. But still,
I
yes.
didn't actually notice that part.
You're not wrong.
Renewed? Is that the new like fun name for refurbished? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's renewed. It wasn't new, but now it is renewed.
Okay.
It's new again.
That shouldn't have been allowed.
Anyway, in other news, for Intel, the company released another microcode update to protect Raptor Lake CPUs from crashing. Specifically, it prevents the CPU from asking for too much power when it's sitting idle or performing light tasks. So yeah, well, good luck for them. I wish them luck with all of those things. I'm actually pretty. I know it's stupid, and it maybe it's not stupid. I know that it doesn't affect me personally, because realistically, I'm gonna go for a 5080 or a 5090 this next gen. I swore I wouldn't go 40 series, and I didn't. But I am still running 30 series or AMD, and I'm ready.
Battle Mage?
I'm ready. I don't think there's going to be a high-end SKU.
Yeah.
And I would like a high-end. We shot a sponsored video this week, and again, investment, sponsorship, whatever, all of that aside, I upgraded to a 480 hertz OLED. Oh, so good. So good. Dude. So I want a faster GPU. I would like a faster GPU so that I can enjoy more of that super high refresh rate, high frame rate goodness. And I'll probably upgrade my CPU too, even though I've already got a 7950X. Like I'm probably going to want to go X3D. What I'm hoping is that 50 series and 9000X3D will drop it around the same time. Or I mean, well, yeah. When is Core Ultra 2 or whatever? When is the desktop Core Ultra rumored to be landing anyway? I haven't checked lately, but I'm kind of hoping it'll all line up.
Handyman is saying that there's 5090 leaks.
Oh yeah. It's supposed to be like, we don't really do leaks on WAN Show anymore. I don't know if you guys noticed that. We don't really do rumor mill or leaks, but
I don't even know that.
Yeah, well, I mean, we don't.
You're not wrong.
It's just because we don't care. Like, we can talk about it once it's out.
Pretty true.
And a lot of the time, the problem with us reporting on leaks is that we would know. So it created a bit of a weird. It does get a
little muddy trying to remember what you read online versus what you were told.
Yeah.
And knowing where the line is.
Yeah.
It is a little sketch.
I don't know anything firsthand about 5090 though. So what I heard is that it's supposed to be 600 watts. But a real daddy chip though. So 512-bit bus.
Whoa.
32 gigs GDDR7. That's the current rumor, but
Are they going to put real power cables into it?
No, it's probably still going to be. I heard they might even do 2 of the high voltage power connectors. So we'll see how that goes. What else we got today?
Did we actually do all the announcements? I don't think we did. Did we do?
No, but let's give them a break from announcements. There's a lot of announcements this week.
Cool. U.S. bans Chinese cars and Kaspersky becomes the malware. The current White House administration is planning to ban certain hardware and software made in China and Russia from vehicles due to the risks of surveillance and sabotage. The official press release expresses concern that foreign adversaries could gather information on both American citizens and critical infrastructure.
Valid.
Perhaps to disrupt the operations of said infrastructure.
Valid.
The proposal specifically mentions banning automated driving systems, suggesting the White House fears vehicles themselves could be used for possible sabotage. Somebody watched a little bit of Fast and the Furious. Around the same time, Russian cybersecurity company Kaspersky started uninstalling its antivirus software from American computers to comply with its own US ban, but the company also installed a different antivirus software on said computers. While Kaspersky did tell customers via email their existing subscriptions would be transferred to alternative antivirus software UltraAV, users claimed the auto installation wasn't mentioned. However, Pango Group, owner of UltraAV, claims that Kaspersky communicated the transition to users starting on September 5th, including an in-app pop-up stating UltraAV protection will be automatically activated on your device, which I would immediately think that my computer had been hacked to all heck.
100%.
So
Ultra AV protection doesn't even sound like a real thing.
No, not at all.
Like I'm sure it is, but it's not what we use, and we have a team of people who determines what antivirus we use. So that's not something I've looked into a lot personally. I'm just saying that if you don't follow, the antivirus industry, that could easily sound like sounds like fake.
To be fair, a few of them do sound kind of fake.
This is true.
So some CrowdStrike,
dude. Do you know
Sentinel-1? They're all like so intense.
Do you know how many years I called us? No, never mind. Go ahead.
Ninja 1 and Sentinel 1 also being from two different companies blows my mind.
Yeah.
Constantly. Anyways, some users were...
Vickis says I'm pro IT and I've never heard of it, so I don't even feel that bad.
Yeah. Some users were especially freaked out because after using a third-party uninstaller app to completely remove UltraAV, it just reinstalled itself after they rebooted.
Whoa.
Very cool.
That is actual malware.
Very cool.
That is the definition of malware. Something that installs itself without user intervention and without user consent. I mean... Is that not malware?
Well, it could be a form, like in their defense, it could be a form of, like it said a third-party uninstaller app, right? So it could be a defense. If you're an antivirus, do you want third-party uninstaller apps to be able to uninstall you?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yes.
I will, in their defense, I will put that out there. Like if you use the actual uninstaller.
I'd still be freaked out.
Yes, 100%. But I think I kind of get it.
Especially if I knew anything about Kaspersky and the whole situation that's gone down with them and why they aren't allowed in the United States anymore and stuff. Just the whole thing feeling sketchy,
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a work conversation buried in there somewhere, but we'll deal with that another time. Reboot remaster update?
Yeah, we could talk about that. Did we talk about that on the show, Dan?
I don't think so.
He doesn't.
It was a
listen to us.
topic for last week, but we didn't get to it, so it's continued into this week.
That's right. Okay, let's talk about it. We have been in the background providing a little bit of assistance. I don't want to give ourselves credit for the restoration because that goes to other people, but we've been trying to help. We've been trying to help Mark from Disappearing Inc. and the Reboot Rewind documentary team with their project to create high-quality versions of the classic 1994 CGI TV series, Reboot. A few months ago, we reached out to the community for help getting the D1 machines in their possession running. They have since given us an update on their progress and some side-by-side comparison screenshots. They have 1 of 3 D1 machines running, and they have captured a few of the 200-plus tapes. The tapes do require some tender love and care because the magnetic media is showing signs of degradation, which is a good reminder of how physical media will degrade over time, and modernization is always an ongoing effort. We have sourced and now possess a full schematic set and user manual. Huge thanks to the community for all the leads and a good reminder to support archival sites. And the tapes and the contents are still the property of the original studio Mainframe. So the captured results are released as approved by Mainframe. This is their intellectual property. But we do have some comparison images that I would be happy to show to you guys. Check this out. Here we go. Damn!
Do the slider. Oh. It's a slider.
Oh yeah, here we go.
It's insanely better.
Dude!
Wow.
This is what the artist created. This is what 1994 technology could do via broadcast. Dude, they look...
That is so sick.
They look so good.
That's wicked.
Dude. Stuff like this. Look how sharp that is. I need to rewatch this. Here's the first remastered episode on YouTube. Hopefully we don't get in trouble for this because please don't. I swear we did help a little bit. We didn't do that much, but we did help a little bit. So please don't. Dude, even me watching through YouTube and you guys watching through my crappy stream, you guys are going to be able to see that this is
so much better.
So much better. Absolutely sick. Yeah, it's in HD. So exciting. We are extremely happy to be even a small part of this restoration effort. So massive shout out to the Reboot Rewind documentary team and Mark from Disappearing Ink. What else we got for this week, Mr. Luke? Do you want to do a couple? Oh, no.
iPhone?
It's time for me to get mad.
Oh.
It was brought to our attention, so shout out to the subreddit, that Ghost Keyboards used a photo of me alongside a falsely attributed quote endorsing their product. I'm actually just going to try and find... let me see if I can track this down. Here it is.
I can get it in the doc if you need. Okay.
Got this ad from Ghost Keyboards. So this... best keyboard I have ever used with like kind of, creepy mustache Photoshop thing. This is a capture from Elijah's AMD Ultimate Tech Upgrade, and they are promoting this keyboard, and they did a sale on it or whatever else. So here's the situation. If this was just like a meme and obviously fake and just posted on their Instagram, which they did also post it on Instagram, that would be one thing. In my opinion, it was not obviously enough fake, for one thing. For another thing, the quote, okay, if it was just the image, it's already our intellectual property being used for commercial purposes. That is absolutely not fair use. The quote makes it much worse, because not only in that video did I not say it was the best keyboard I had ever used, I advocated against buying it, and I discussed with Elijah that I felt that it was not very good quality for the money. So that's issue number 2. Issue number 3 is that aside from them posting it as a meme on their Instagram or whatever else, there was a clear call to action for people to purchase this keyboard based on the image. And issue number 4 is that it was also sent soliciting members of their email mailing list to buy the keyboard, to purchase the keyboard. This goes so far beyond sort of we didn't know better, or like engagement bait, or community engagement, or soft collaboration, or whatever the case may be. I know that there's a number of people internally who thought it was funny. I didn't think it was funny. I think that if it was clearly marked that I did not think the keyboard was a good value, I did not think that it was something that people should buy, and if they were kind of memeing on that, Linus says, don't buy this keyboard, we disagree, buy it, whatever else. There was potentially angles where this could kind of work. At the very least, we should have gotten a heads up. We didn't. It just appeared. Not cool. They have done at least one thing right since then. Colton reached out to them via LinkedIn, I believe. They apologized, and they have removed the post from Instagram. I personally think there should be a public retraction and a correction of the record. I would like to see that happen. It's Ghost Keyboards, those of you asking who exactly this was. At this point, if that doesn't happen, then I'm not going to threaten any form of legal action or whatever else it is. They've already removed the offending material. However, I consider this a pretty solid first strike here, and I don't think we'd be open to collaborating with them in any way, any form, until they have publicly set the record straight on this. Not cool, Ghost Keyboards. Not cool. What else we got?
iPhones are like repairable or something?
Dude,
That's really cool.
iPhone 16 got a 7 out of 10 repairability score from iFixit.
That's crazy. Apple has launched its iPhone 16 lineup, which has demonstrated a significant improvement over the iPhone 15 in terms of repairability. iFixit has given the 16 and 16 Plus a rating of 7 out of 10, compared to the 4 out of 10 that it gave to their predecessors. It's an actually enormous jump. Perhaps the most notable change is to the device's battery adhesive.
This is
the
so cool.
Adhesive debonds on command.
This is so cool.
This is genuinely very cool. When an electric current is run through it.
It's so cool. Dude, sorry, I interrupted.
No, it's fine.
No, I'm going to interrupt. Okay. I get so angry when I see Apple reinventing the wheel just to screw people over.
This is sick.
Just to make the device incompatible with a third-party, version that costs a third as much. Apple has colossal, monumental, enormous engineering resources at their disposal. And when they use it to work
do stuff like
against
this?
the interests of the consumer, it drives me absolutely crazy because this is what they could have been doing. That is so cool.
So cool.
That is so cool. Okay, go ahead.
While this will require users to acquire a new tool, it allows for a clean, easily repeatable process for removing the battery that limits the potential for unintentional damage during repair.
And it makes it safer. Those pillow batteries, they can be extremely dangerous if they're bent too much or they're punctured. If they're punctured, this improves safety, not for the user. This time it's for the technician. It's out of consideration of the people who work on these bloody things.
Apparently,
Good job, Apple.
Apparently, the adhesive tape is a product, but
I don't care.
it doesn't really matter. It's
I don't
just
care.
Really cool.
They integrated it into their device. They did the validation. They did the work. It's done. It's in the product. It benefits the user. I love it.
The removal process is similar to jumping a car battery and requires a pair of alligator clip leads attached to a 12 to 30 volt power source. The user attaches the black cable to a grounding screw near the phone's charging port, then attaches the red cable to a special tab on the battery. Really? The current will cause a chemical reaction that debonds the adhesive and allows the battery to easily detach from the device after around a minute and a half. These batteries also use a hard steel case instead of a soft pouch, reducing the possibility of puncturing the battery. Also cool.
Dude, are we on the timeline where Apple goes back to like battery packs?
I mean,
we're slowly making our way there.
I'd be down with it. There's so many times that I catch myself constantly walking around with my phone tethered to a battery bank.
It apparently works with lower voltages. You can just use a 9-volt battery and just...
If you can do that, then you don't really need a special tool.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Which is awesome. The Pro's battery doesn't feature the new adhesive, but does have the steel case. The Pro Max has no battery improvements. Really?
Probably because they stuffed as much battery in as possible.
Yeah.
That thing gets 27 hours of video playback.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Okay.
Nonetheless, both now incorporate the dual entry design that debuted with the iPhone 14, which allows the phone to be opened from the front or the back, which allows many repairs to avoid removing the fragile screen, which is cool. iOS 18 also has a new repair assistant. While the feature is currently a little buggy, it allows users to independently calibrate replacement parts so that the device will recognize them.
It's cool.
That is cool. The company is also making device repairs easier by no longer requiring the device's serial number in some cases, adding a section of settings that shows users the history of the device's parts and repairs. That's cool. Yeah, why not? It's also introducing an anti-theft feature to block the repair if the new part was from a phone that had been reported as lost or stolen.
Okay.
I'm also down with that.
This started off with Apple just, fixing its own problem that it created and then ended pretty cool.
Yeah.
If they can actually enforce this. I mean, that's the thing about, sleazy, black market people is they're going to find a way around this. But
it's an arms race.
Hey, you know what?
Cool,
this overall seems like what they're doing is good.
Yes.
And in to the benefit of their customer rather than just to milk their customer. I mean, they are going to milk you, but they're going to at least milk you to your benefit. It's a mutually beneficial milking. What are we supposed to be talking about?
Should we talk about the last...
Oh my God, we haven't done sponsors yet.
Okay.
The show is brought to you by Remotely. Being the only person with tech knowledge in your family can be a super obnoxious thing when grandma calls wondering how to check the Facebooks. But thankfully, there's our sponsor, Remotely. Remotely offers secure remote desktop software so you can connect to your home PC whenever and wherever. It uses its own private relay server and connection cloud, ensuring your connection meets the highest encryption standards. Whether you're helping mom troubleshoot, need to work from home, or even if you need to game from the office, Remotely has you covered. It supports up to 4K resolution, HDR10, and... okay, this says 0 latency, and that should not have made its way into our talking points. Very low latency in direct P2P connections, while also providing reliable and fast cloud connections. Currently, it's available on Windows and Android, with macOS and iOS versions coming in 2025. And to make things even better, their free version is not time-gated. It's actually free. Remotely offers solid pricing for both home and business users, and you can check them out at the link in the video description. The show is also brought to you by Squarespace. If you're looking for a job, we are hiring. Oh, okay. I thought it meant Squarespace. No, we are hiring. Linus Media Group is hiring. And you can find the posting on our website, which we built with our sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace makes building a website ridiculously easy. So easy that our HR team can post job listings without bothering IT. Applicants can fill out their info and upload resumes and cover letters directly on the site. And with the Squarespace Blueprint, you get great layouts and styling options, ensuring that your site looks perfect on any device. Squarespace also offers award-winning templates for all kinds of categories, helping your website stand out. Plus, they've integrated optimized SEO tools so you show up more often to more people. You can even invoice clients right on Squarespace and accept payments through debit, credit, ACH, and more. So don't wait. Start building your website today and get 10% off your first purchase by visiting squarespace.com/WAN. Finally, the show is brought to you by Jumpcloud. Do you know why your IT team is always glued to their desks, looking like they're in the middle of defusing a bomb? It's because they're too busy wrestling with 47 different systems and resetting Colton's password for the 12th time this week. But thanks to our sponsor, Jumpcloud, they can finally take a breather. Jumpcloud simplifies everything by centralizing device management, user identities, and security into one platform. With Jumpcloud, you can manage Windows, Apple, Linux, and Android devices from one place, all while working securely from anywhere. They've also got the Jumpcloud community, where IT admins can learn more about Jumpcloud, ask questions, swap ideas, and get help from others in the industry. It's a space for all IT pros to connect and share their knowledge. Need a handy template or a script? Want to brush up on integrating your HRIS? You'll find it all there. Now, if only Colton could just remember his password. Check out the Jumpcloud community at the link in the video description. All right, we're supposed to do 3 merch messages now, apparently. Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome.
How's your fingies doing this week?
They're pretty good. We've sold a lot of cargo pants. People seem to like them.
Yeah, cargo pants.
They seem good.
So far, I've been sitting in them for about 2 hours. They're comfy.
That's good. That's good.
Nice. Luke didn't get any of the pre-production samples, so he's just trying them now.
Yeah.
Correct.
On the topic of...
Oh, no. Here it comes.
No, I was going to save that for later.
Oh, all right.
Oh, fine.
What?
Luke, how is Star Wars Outlaws?
Last week, those of you who don't have the context, last week Luke was like, oh yeah, why
Was
is
it
everybody...
last week?
I think so. Why is everybody hating so hard on this? I fired it up and I went around the opening area and it seems pretty good and I logged off, and then this week he showed up on WAN Show set. He goes, I logged back in and...
I'm bored. The lockpicking mechanic is amazing. I will die on that hill. The lockpicking mechanic is incredible. It's the best one I've ever ran into in a game ever, personally. It's great. And then you start needing to do more stuff in the game at all. And it's like, okay, I'm done. I don't know. It's like, it's very much, you know that old meme about MMOs where they're like, yes, here's a new quest to get me that book across the room.
Yeah.
And then you have to walk over and grab it and bring it back. It's very much like...
It's like, why don't you use the Force to get it?
Yeah.
You jackass.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know. It's... I don't think it's as bad as most people are saying, but it's I don't know. It's okay.
Cool. That's a ringing endorsement.
It's fine
for a like $70, $80 game.
Yeah, I mean it's better than a lot of other Star Wars stuff coming out.
A ringing endorsement.
But yeah, I don't know. Get the Sabak cheats if you haven't already. What I'm probably going to do now is not launch it again.
Uninstall it. Best mod.
Just I've got other things going on. I don't have the time for games that are all right now, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll play it again someday, but yeah.
You probably won't.
How's Final Fantasy VI going? Good. Enjoying it more than what is it even called? Outlaws?
Yeah. Oh, how far are you now?
Where am I?
Thanks for helping me keep him accountable.
Yeah.
I finished all of my stuff like
you had
a year ago.
So much less stuff to do.
Like a year ago, though.
That's fair.
Dude, you've had so long. Like you're at this rate, you're gonna take longer to beat it than I did, and I took like 10 years because I first got it when I was like 6.
I have free use of the airship.
No, I was older than that.
Now, and we just went through the long series of effectively cinematics. They're not technically, but effectively cinematics of you talking to the man. What are they called again? Espers. You see the Esper like realm, and you make a baby.
Oh yeah, you do.
And you like go through all those steps, and then I have free use of the airship. And right now I'm trying not to like just Google everything. So they're like, yeah, go to that place. And I'm like, where
Hey,
is
you got
that?
the map. I gave you the map.
I do.
He's got the paper map from my physical
So
copy of the game.
I think based on that, I figured out where it was, flew over there, landed the ship, and then logged off for that.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's where I'm at. So I haven't actually entered the place to figure out if I actually did find it or not. But I don't know. Educated guess.
Okay. So who's your mains?
What is his name? Okay, so the trader chick that has runic power.
You.
I'm not going to even remember anything.
No, I'm kidding. Cells is great.
Okay, yeah, she's one of them. The guy that has the blitz moves.
Yeah, Sabin.
He's my favorite one so far. I really like the whatever the one is that sends a bunch of him across the screen when they're on fire.
Oh, Fire Dance.
Yeah.
Yep.
That one's great. I don't think it's actually called that in this
No,
version.
it's not. I'm like some of the characters' names are even different. So
Yeah.
I'm going original like SNES Final Fantasy 3.
Yeah.
And he's talking Final
6 pixel
Fantasy
remake.
6. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other one is he uses tools and he has auto crossbow.
Yeah, Edgar.
Yeah. So those are the 4 I tend to run.
That was 4?
Well, and then wait,
I think that was 3.
that was 3. So then who's my fellas? That one? Oh, and the thief guy, but he's like sucks.
Well, why do you main him then?
I don't main him. He's been with me for a while now because of how the story's been going.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Don't tell him, you guys. Don't tell him.
I'm assuming he like gets good or something.
Uh,
I try to steal all the time. It never does anything, but I'm like, I want to try. So I try at least one version of like every mob that I fight, I will try to steal from. I think it's worked once the whole game.
Dude, stealing from mobs is a complete waste of time. Don't even
Why-
bother. They never
why-
have anything good.
They never have anything.
Yeah, that too.
I'm like, why,
Yeah,
why can you even do it?
There's the occasional one that's good, like the fossil fangs. You can steal. I think it's like elixirs or something from them.
Okay.
As long as you can get it before they like zombie your whole party and you just die. But there's stuff that's good to steal from, but for the most part, it's a waste of time.
I'm trying to be very thorough. So, like, I think I told you in that one town near the beginning of the game, I was trying to figure out, like, you bring the guy alcohol and then he lets you do whatever, blah, 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 blah. And it turns out I was doing it, like, too early. You're supposed to do it the next time you come back or whatever. So I'm trying to be very thorough. I'm talking to everybody.
Yeah.
I'm doing everything. So I don't want to miss something because I didn't try to steal. So I just every combat,
All right.
almost, when I run into a repeat, I don't do it again.
Yeah. Okay.
But...
Nice. All right. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. It is truly one of my favorite games of all time.
It's been good.
You've played Chrono Trigger, right?
No.
Oh my god. I had a really good I had a really good chat with Carl Jacobs at Creator Summit.
Yeah,
He is an appreciator of quality games. I don't know. I think I would trust him for game recommendations over you. I'm sorry. But you're not familiar enough with the classics.
Did you like Titanfall?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
2. Titanfall 2. He made me play the single player campaign.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. What was the question? Oh, yeah. Okay. Dan, carry on.
Have I?
Star Wars. How like Star Wars.
Yeah, we figured
Hello,
it out.
LLD. Will there be at any point an LTT belt for the cargo pants?
Is this an actual product from us? Oh! That was perfectly timed. I don't know how we did that.
I want one so bad.
The answer is no.
Oh.
We have not been able to find a supplier that meets my standards for like
I was excited.
cracking and or delamination.
Ooh,
And part of this might just be the nature of leather goods, but it's this top plasticky layer that basically everyone and their dog wants to put on them. And I think we ended up trying like between 4 and 6 different suppliers, just looking for someone who could give me something that was just a big old thick piece of hide, like just that, nothing else, and nobody could do it. And yeah, because like if you look at it, it's just like it's a mess.
Oh yeah, no, I can tell.
And this is the kind of thing that I wouldn't be comfortable selling.
Buddy from the island that made us these is probably screaming right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if we wanted to artisan, make
Way too expensive per
make
belt.
23 belts, sell 23 belts a year or whatever. Like I'm sure we could figure it out. But no.
You just need to get natural leather, not finished leather.
Well,
Make them out of metal, like
maybe,
a watch band.
Maybe we'll figure it out another time. But the other thing is, like, back to our conversation earlier about how one of the things that we look for in any category is, what are we adding to the conversation? And I couldn't figure out what we were adding to the conversation if, like, strap-o leather already exists. Like, my old Kirkland belt lasted a really long time. Do I really want to go toe-to-toe with Costco? Maybe not.
What about shirts?
Shirts?
Yeah.
Our shirts are great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a great belt.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we haven't found the right great supplier yet.
I'm just saying that doesn't mean you can just never do belts.
You're right. And if we succeed at pants for the first time ever,
Maybe
then maybe we will look at belts.
sure.
So
That's
far,
reasonable. That's very reasonable.
So far, cargo pants are looking like they are going to be a success. And if that happens, then yeah, we want to do more inseams. We want to do belts. I know they're a little short on you. Yep. Duly noted. I get it. The good news is we've so far sold through probably about a fifth of our inventory. So
nice.
Yeah, we might move through them all. In which case, yeah, we might be able to restock some other sizes.
Cool.
All right.
How about one more? What do we got
Sure,
here?
hit me, Dan.
Hey, DLL, I wanted to order a DualSense 30th anniversary controller this week, but they sold out, apparently mostly to scalpers. What can companies like Sony do to combat this relatively shitty behavior?
Hey, Dan.
I'm sorry, I just read what was on the prompter. That was my fault. Whoops.
Jesus.
Is it really just gray?
What, just gray?
What if you just got
No, it has
skins that
it
made
comes with
gray?
a cool cable.
Dang it.
Oh.
It go scroll down, see if they have a picture of the cable. Where's the cool charging cable? I thought it comes with a cool charging cable. There's a whole conversation internally about this. I thought it comes with a cool USB-C cable. Oh wait, cable not included. Seriously? Okay, well, what happened to the cool cable?
Just go get a gray skin for your controller.
I mean,
Sorry. It's PS1 gray. I'm sure somebody sells PS1 gray skins Probably.
I don't know, dude. This is one of those things where, and you know what? Yeah, the behavior like sucks. People who actually want it should be the ones who have it.
Totally.
But also,
It is very difficult to stop.
yeah, I mean, we tried, and I actually think we did a really great
We
job.
did pretty all right.
But it wasn't perfect. And, you know, for example, one of the things that was pointed out about the verified actual gamer program, where we had people like play a game essentially as like the ultimate reCAPTCHA to prove that you were not only a human, but a gamer. One of the things that was pointed out to us after the first few of them was it's not really accessible. You know, someone could be a gamer, but like not be able to
Play that
interface.
type of game.
Yeah, interface with their computer that way. And we were like, okay, shoot. I'm like, what do you do to be accessible enough for every person, but also not easily defeated by a program, right? It's really, really challenging. And I guess it kind of is what it is. And the good news is that it is a 30th anniversary controller. It is not water.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
It's
And I understand people are educating me. Apparently the buttons are colored and they're not always colored. Sometimes their gray controller looks like that. And now it looks like that because the buttons are colored. But
guys, you're not going to convince Luke with that argument.
I think
Look at the
you'll
look
be
on
all
his
right.
face.
I think you'll be okay. Yeah. I don't know, man. Oh, I was expecting it to be like wicked. And then when you were like, oh, it's the cable, I was like, okay, this is going to be sick. And then it's gray.
The cable's pretty cool. Here, let me see if I can find this. Here.
Luke is not nostalgic. No, I am. It's just, okay, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's a
I like
USB-C
that a
cable
lot
with
more
a thing.
than the controller
So
itself.
yeah, it comes with the console.
That actually looks pretty legit. I like that.
But this is a toy. You know? It's an expensive toy for adults, but it's a toy. And
It's not even a toy that provides access because you can just have any other controller. Like it's not like, you know, when PS5s themselves were being scalped and no one could get a PS5.
yeah, like
No, you can
to
just,
be clear, I like cool controllers.
yeah, me too.
I really do. Like my favorite of my Xbox controllers, of which I own probably somewhere between a dozen and 15,
Yeah.
is the one that went out to the people who developed the console. A handful of them flipped them. And you know what? I paid way too much money for that controller. But realistically, it was a fraction of what I paid for my most expensive controller. So
It's a bit of an investment.
yeah, if anyone wants to buy a golden Xbox controller, by the way, the previous buyer flaked. So, you know, get in touch.
He gold flaked.
It's very much for sale.
Didn't you want that Gears of War Xbox controller? Yeah, and I got it.
Yeah. But just like, I don't know.
But the Gears of War Xbox controller has like claw marks in the controller that go into the plastic. Like
Yeah, they actually did a different mold
them.
for it at least.
Yeah.
So that's something.
It is a cool controller. It has the retro PlayStation logo with the colors on it and stuff like that they should have never ditched, etc. But it's just a great controller.
Okay. I mean, okay. So confirm pre-order. So you have to pay $150 on top of the like $80 it is for the controller or whatever.
On top of?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Really?
Confirmed order. Yeah. Are you buying an
I think
order
you're buying.
or are you buying the controller? Oh, apparently that Gears one was laser etched. So okay. It wasn't
Either
a
way,
fresh
like
mold.
they're doing. It was different. It was cool.
Is
It was
this
quite
just
unique.
like nostalgia baiting?
Yeah. Oh, it's
Yeah.
dude. It's 100% nostalgia baiting.
Yeah.
100%. So you got,
And it's sick. If you were gonna buy a controller anyways, this is a cool controller to
but
buy.
if you pay a bunch of money, you're getting nostalgia baited.
Yeah.
Nostalgia baited.
I got it. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know.
It was pretty good.
I was reaching for it. I was
That's pretty
reaching
good.
for it a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. We got a couple more topics here. Why don't we talk about...
The Concorde controller is cooler than the game was. That looks pretty neat. Kind of funny that they're selling these.
yeah, it's kind of cool. Why don't we talk about our friend in the industry?
Ah, yes.
The big controversy this week, the one, the only, MKBHD released a wallpaper app for your phone, okay, iOS and Android, and a significant portion of the community was quite, let's say, put out.
Yeah.
About this situation.
Their rabbles were roused.
This is one of those things where, honestly speaking, guys, I'm not going to comment on the business decisions of, a fellow creator. But what I will say is it was very clear that the community was not happy about the option for a $50 a year premium subscription that effectively paywalled the maximum quality of these wallpapers for people who were not interested in that. There was also some upset around some of the requested permissions of the particular app. There was some commentary and some observations around the quality of the app.
Yeah.
I believe that it turned out, is it true that it was functionally just linking to a shared Google Drive?
It was a Firebase download server, but there was no authentication on it. So anyone could just download it. And people set up bots to scrape it because they were talking about how they were going to do I don't remember exactly the details, so I'm sorry, but some type of part of the idea of the subscription is that they were going to drop new artist packs and things like that, so you could get new wallpapers all the time. So people set up bots that were scraping it, which, because they never signed any type of agreement or anything,
technically,
and they didn't technically even bypass anything.
It's technically legal then.
Yeah.
There was also some upset about the revenue share, which from my understanding was 50-50. And then even going into the hours leading up to this show, there has been some upset that Marquez himself didn't really properly address the community's concerns on the latest Waveform podcast. So that's kind of the summary that I think that's probably the best summary I can give you guys of why people are upset. I'll give sort of a short devil's advocate argument here. At least they're not NFTs.
Yeah. Honestly, they did give you just a straight up download of the.
I think the word scam is one that gets overused a lot these days. I saw a lot of people describe the wallpaper app as a scam. What it is...
Not a scam.
What it is for a lot of people, probably not a great value. What it isn't is a scam.
It communicates pretty clearly what you're going to get and what
you're going to give up.
Yeah.
And if that's a value proposition that is acceptable to you,
then it's not a scam.
Then you are more than welcome to pay it. And if that is not a value proposition, then you are more than welcome to not pay it. That is not a scam. A scam is representing something as something that it isn't. A scam would be if I said, go to LTTStore right now, and every order comes with a free secret skin that I have on the back of my phone, and then it just
still wondering about.
And then it just didn't arrive.
Yeah,
that would be a scam.
Yeah,
it isn't a scam. Hobblestoff says, but Linus, is there a line where something is bad enough value that it becomes a scam? No. That is not what scam means. Scam means that you have been deceived. You have not been deceived. You are getting image files. You are sending money and permissions on your phone. Those things are all disclosed. Therefore, it is not a scam. It's not your thing. It's not your bag, baby. But it isn't a scam. Does that kind of make sense? No, some people don't seem to understand this.
I looked up scam.
So Vinin,
a fraudulent or deceptive act or operation.
Vinin says, by the same argument, $1,000 HDMI cables are not a scam. Well, they can or they can't be. If they claim to give you better audio quality or better video quality,
always do.
then they are a scam because they don't do that. If they are just expensive and they literally just say, there are $1,000 HDMI cables that make you feel a warm feeling inside for being able to afford them when other people can't, then that's not a scam. This really shouldn't surprise me that much, given how many people, I started this segment with a lot of people seem to misuse the word scam. So I really shouldn't be that confused that a lot of people don't know what it means, but that's not what scam means. Scam is fraud. Scam is lying. Nobody lied. Nobody scammed anybody. Nobody's money was removed forcefully against their will. So it's not a scam. Would I charge a $50 subscription for wallpaper images?
I was about to say yes.
You know what? Sure. Let's do it. New. Announcing now here on the WAN Show. Now available at flowplane.com. Is the LTT wallpaper pack. I'm going to, can I show the CMS? Is that okay? Can I show the CMS? That's fine, right?
I think
I'm going to show the CMS. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You'll like it. Okay. I'm showing the CMS right now. Going live for LTT supporter OG and LTT supporter and just text posts. Going live only for LTT Supporter Plus, which is available for $10 a month or $50 a year.
You said earlier in the show that you're going to do the $5 one because it's $50 a year. I think you did.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. No,
Scam!
That's right.
Scam!
No, I did the math wrong.
He almost scammed.
I did the math wrong, but nope.
You got to do OG as well.
No, I don't.
Oh, but they're supposed to get everything.
No, they only get everything that we originally promised them. This is new. This is net new.
Scam radar.
No. All right, tell you what, fine, sure. You will get these wallpapers created. This actually looks like all Sarah's stuff. I believe this is all Sarah. There's also this.
They just kind of scrambled.
Yeah, they threw this together. They threw this together in the minutes before the show. You will be able to get all of these wallpapers. All you have to do is sign up for Floatplane at least our $5 a month or $50 a year tier.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's watch people turn this into Linus's scamming his audience. I'm excited for it.
Oh man, they did a dead pixel one.
Yeah, dog.
The dead pixel one could be used.
LTT phone wallpapers for floaties. Let's go. Woo! Look at that! Wow, what a wallpaper! Yeah, dead pixel. That's on purpose.
I was expecting these to be garbage. These are actually pretty cool.
These are actually legit.
What did you just say? What did you just say
I thought,
about the valued member of our team?
No. I wasn't sure how hard you were going to mean. Like, when we were doing those sales and it's 9 p.m. and Nick Light's only there and he goes he draws a stick figure, like more orange shirts.
This is I was surprised at how fast she turned all these around.
These are great. Yeah. The one with the waves on it and the logo is what we use on the YouTube background as well. That one's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, we've got, hold on. Wait, which ones are the desktop ones? I thought there were, no, they're only phones.
Yeah.
Here are some wallpapers. No reason why they're uploaded now. Thank you for that, Sammy. Okay, I thought we had to. Oh, that makes sense that they would be phone ones. That we gotta compete. We gotta compete head to head with our competitors. To be clear,
it's
in the
not
industry.
like we're planning on this necessarily being a thing that we do all the time.
No, it's really not. We're just having some fun with it. So. Do I think that this was the world's most brilliant tactical move? I can't say that based on the community feedback. It seems like it. Is it a scam?
No.
It
is factually by definition not a scam. So
calling it a scam is just telling other people you don't understand what a scam is.
Yeah.
But I do think
maybe you count yourself lucky for that.
But I do think that this is, maybe something that needs to be addressed in order to sort of rebuild goodwill with the community. And so that's probably the best advice.
Which I think they're doing. I'm sure they're working on it.
I hope they're working on it. I hope they're working on it. Funny Hats asks me, what about a ripoff? I think lots of things are a ripoff. I think that basically any designer label article of clothing is a ripoff. I was recently made aware that the t-shirt that the Zuck wears, that just like gray t-shirt, is like $400 US.
Of course.
I personally consider that to be a ripoff. He doesn't. A ripoff, it absolutely could be, but a ripoff is subjective. Scam is not. That's where these two terms differ.
It's definitely not a scam.
If you think it's a ripoff, it's a ripoff. That's it. And we could discuss that, right? But it isn't a scam. That's all. Do you have any idea how many LTT shirts you can get for $400? I do, actually. You can get 20. Well, don't forget about the shipping. Maybe 15 plus shipping, depending on where you live. Okay, all right, taxes, sure. Mind you, no, you have to pay taxes on the $400 shirt too. Actually, you got to pay shipping on that too. Actually, I think we're doing pretty good.
Hey.
Luke's birds. Unfortunately, this is my last week on Floatplane. Oh no, you won't get our second pack of wallpapers. Just kidding. I don't think we're going to do another one.
No, probably not.
I asked Sarah to just kind of, oh no. Linus, your face is now my MacBook screensaver. Yeah, okay. That's great. Guess who just resubbed to Floatplane just for wallpapers? This guy.
The system works.
That wasn't the point.
You knew what you were doing.
I was mostly just memeing for the people who are already subscribed to Floatplane, Dan. They're just PNGs or JPEGs or whatever they are. There's no okay.
Screen cap the screen.
Yeah, people. Yeah, if you
click the YouTube.
If you want to steal it, just there, quick. Press print screen. You got this.
you could go through all of them.
Go for it. I'm going to do it again.
Get the merch message out of the way.
Get the merch message out of there. Get that merch message out of there.
I'm doing it.
Hold on. I can move. No, I'll move it down. I'll move it down.
Perfect.
I got you. No, I got you. I got you, Dan. Okay, here you go. Okay, quick.
That one's...
Quick, screenshot that white dot.
Yeah.
I actually love that Floatplane one.
They also really don't have to be that fast because once they get the VOD, they can just
They're
pause
really
it.
cool.
Yeah.
They're like actually good.
Yeah, well, of course they are. It's Sarah. What do you want?
I'm always blown away by the stuff that comes out of that company.
I thought she had like 5 minutes and would do like one. I didn't expect it was going to be.
She did have like 5 minutes. She just has a lot of. She has just a lot of really great artwork that she's worked on over the
and
years.
is extremely competent.
Yeah, I like competent people. I just do. I really do. Let's play a game.
Okay.
Let's play a game really quick. What do you think will be the dominant misinterpretation of that segment we just did?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Downplaying the privacy stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, let's address that then. Let's address that really quick. It's really bad. Okay, what's next?
Sounds like if I can throw my hat in the ring there as someone who has had to, in some cases, write, in other cases, work with lawyers to write, in other cases, write and then work with lawyers to write and then rewrite it for them and be like, is this better? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, cool, thanks.
Yeah. That has happened, actually.
more than
once.
These things...
More than he knows, even.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. These things suck. And I have no idea. I have literally talked to none of them.
Yeah.
I bet you they were just like, hey, lawyer people, can you please write one of these for us? And they were like, sure, blonk. And just wrote it too aggressive. Because in a tweet that I saw, I think they were like, yeah, we're not even gathering all this stuff. We just like wrote it too harsh.
Yeah.
I suspect there is some amount of stuff for the free tier, for the advertisement delivery, stuff like that.
And there is some stuff they really just like needed to not do like that. Like the whole thing about, it took a colossal amount of work to make it launch on Android and
on
iOS at the same time when it was just
Kotlin multi-platform. Yeah. There was a couple things.
Why say that if you like don't didn't do that.
If it was,
Actually,
maybe give us a ring next time. We got you.
it is actually kind of funny to me how often I watch other creators just like stumble through things.
Making stuff is hard.
When we already stumbled through it and like they have my digits and like I'd have been happy to chat with them about it. I don't know. On the other hand though, we can kind of we can
do
YOLO
the same
thing as well.
A lot. Yeah,
we YOLO
that's a good
things
point.
as well.
That's
Yep.
a really good point. We do that literally all the time.
Yep.
Maybe creators just actually kind of suck at reaching out sometimes, including very much us.
There's some pretty good ones. There's some pretty good ones in the chat. Linus doesn't understand how words change over time, which is just another way of them saying they don't understand that scam actually does have a definition, and it doesn't mean that. We got another one. Linus is just out to protect other tech tubers, unwilling to criticize them.
We straight up did.
No. This isn't. No. It's not.
Oh, these are theories
These
on
are
what
pitches.
the controversy might be.
Don't be so defensive.
Rah!
For once, it's him and not me. This is great.
Let's fight.
Oh no, there was another really good one. Linus criticizes Marquez's wallpapers, then launches his own behind a subscription.
At the same price.
Actually accurate take.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. Trevor W asks, bad faith question. How is this different than your stance on horse armor? My stance on horse armor is that it's
a different thing.
It was the first pebble rolling down the hill that caused an avalanche of colossal shittiness in gaming.
Which fundamentally changed how games are made and played moving forward.
Nobody is buying this wallpaper app. This is not going to change.
I guarantee you some people do.
Okay, sure. But this is not going to fundamentally change anything about the wallpaper economy, which is infinitesimally, I forget the word, but whatever. It's vanishingly small. And the idea of paying for wallpapers has existed for decades. And the number of people who pay for them is still exactly what it is today. This is going to change nothing, is sort of why I don't really care about it.
Yeah, I think the negative reaction to it was overblown. I think the negative reaction to a lot of stuff in this space is insanely overblown and has been for a while now. I do
also understand why why people were so frustrated in this case. I mean, because it's someone whose job is to advise people on making good value decisions when they purchase mobile electronics. And this doesn't seem to be aligned with that. I do think that there's also some friction that's around just paying for art. And I think that's contributing to the outrage, but I do see where people are coming from. I just think that this could have been messaged better. It could have been handled better. It didn't have to be a disaster. And I think that in the longer term,
I just think it
won't be
overblown. Like we saw like genuinely taking over the internet level trending of people just like trying to light him on fire. And it's like, yeah.
It's been a lot.
Maybe chill
It's been a lot.
Like you can express your...
Like it's not good, but I can personally think of times that would have made more sense to light Marquez up over. Like it's just, well, no, I just mean it's an overpriced product.
Yeah.
Dude.
And there's some, yeah.
Subjectively. By the way, I don't know how Crystal manages this, but she manages like something I respond to, and basically like every show it feels like, at Linus, we need a scam shirt. It's exactly the same as every other shirt.
But it costs like
4 times as much and just says scam on the front. I am so down, and I'm down right now. I am sending this to Nick and Sarah. I am sending it to them right now.
Oh,
I
man.
will bring you the biggest scam t-shirt that you have ever seen.
Oh, what if you, it's probably not worth it, but what if you got it like poorly printed?
No, unacceptable.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Actually, or what if we didn't print it at all? What if it's just our blank shirt and it just costs more?
It's our blank shirt and we just like include a Sharpie.
No, we should put like we should screen print like a little scam like on the inside. So you'll know you got scammed, but no one else will see it.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay, well, we'll work on some concepts for a scam shirt, but what I can promise you is that it will cost more than our regular shirt. That's the only thing that I will promise you right now. It will be more expensive. Why? Because you got scammed.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
That's
wait.
not even a scam.
No, it's not even a scam.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to make some... Oh, no. Oh, this is
I don't
dangerous.
think you can actually do it.
No,
though.
I can't actually...
Yeah.
Okay, well, whatever. You'll think it's a scam.
Maybe put scam in quotes.
Okay, well, we'll work on it. We're going to work on it. We're going to work on it.
You could pay to have the concept of a shirt shipped to you, and then you just ship them a box.
We could share half of the profits with MKBHD. We could. People are just they're offering suggestions. Workshop the scam shirt. No, I'm gonna let Sarah do her magic. You've already seen.
I think
her
people
art.
going in and being like, "You've ruined your whole reputation forever."
Oh,
and all this
that's
stuff.
so stupid.
But like there was a lot of people.
That's
going,
so stupid.
It's like, guys, chill.
It's all the people who have never made a mistake.
Yeah, like
It's the never made a mistake crowd, dude.
relax. I don't know.
I mentioned this on the pre-show. We're deep enough in the show now. Maybe I'll just say it. But like, honestly, I'm pretty thrilled with Marquez right now.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
He has single-handedly done more to take the heat off of me for a change than any other
Thanks,
human
bro.
being on the face of the planet. Thank you, Marquez. For once, I am not the most controversial tech tuber.
It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah, I feel like I need like a celebratory donut or something. Like it feels good.
Just like
Feels good.
Send him like a thank you cake or something.
Mind you, now that we've launched our own wallpaper subscription, maybe we'll be embroiled in the same controversy. Did
Yeah.
I mention you can get yours now at floatplane.com/post/Z4G, well, whatever. You'll figure it out. Yeah, you guys will figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh my
Apparently,
God. This is so funny.
apparently all the wallpapers are already posted on Reddit.
Yeah, of course they are. This is great. Look at the comments on this. I never thought I'd sub to Floatplane. This was too good of a deal. I think I missed some context. Why is everyone saying scam? I know it's a joke, but... Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Yeah, thank you guys so much.
I used Riley24 to subscribe and download these. That's pretty good as well, actually. Because
I
they're
love it.
tracking that to see how well the concept works.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
We genuinely appreciate your guys' support, by the way. Floatplane pays for our development team. It pays for people like Sammy to do their jobs, bringing you guys great behind the scenes content. Thank you very much. The wallpapers, if you decide to throw a couple of bucks at it, hey, we got to pay Sarah somehow.
You should probably, after
She's a
downloading
treasure.
them, go check out the exclusives or something, which is
Yeah.
what the platform's like actually for. It's very unlikely we're ever going to upload wallpapers again. This is not a wallpaper thing.
Also, we might be bringing back some early access.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, not all across the board, but selectively. To add to the Floatplane fun, we're doing an early access release for our newest secret shopper. This time, who are we secret shopping?
I'm actually pretty excited about this. Framework.
We secret shopped Framework.
Linus is not involved.
They don't know.
They know
Wait,
now.
did we talk about this last week?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So
I'm pretty sure I learned about it today. So
yeah, they don't know. They are finding out probably now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yep. Someone's sending a frantic message. Which order was it?
Yeah.
Do you have them shipped here?
No.
Yeah, I didn't
Of course
think so.
not.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't have them do anything.
Well, yeah.
This was
Apparently
all...
it was mentioned last week. I don't remember that.
Okay.
Weird.
Well, it was all delegated. I recused myself. Anyway, it comes out tomorrow, September 28th on Floatplane, and then later on in the week on YouTube.
Cool.
Finally, the last announcements thing, we gotta pare these down a little bit next week.
Yeah.
Is Ridge Wallet collab. We've been working with Ridge for 5+ years. Oh, sick. And we finally got around... Whoops. I'll get this. We finally got around to doing a proper product collab. This is on a wallet that will be launching on October 1st. It has a cool circuit board design from our one and only Sarah Butt. And it comes with both a cash strap and a money clip, and it has extra silver screws in the box, so you can change the look according to your tastes.
I knew you had to drop something.
Well, look, okay?
I saw the sticker and I was like, wow, I'm surprised you saved that.
All right, so there you go. There's your money clip, and then there's the super cool, like, circuit-inspired design.
Looks sharp.
Very cool. All right, what else are we talking about today? Oh, wait, is this After Dark, Dan? I can never tell anymore.
No, we're not in After Dark yet.
It says that on the thing.
What's going on with your phone, dude?
That means you're supposed to do
We can
it.
talk about that in After
next.
Dark.
We've got, 45 minutes left?
Did we talk about YouTube Premium prices going up?
I don't think so.
Well, they're going up in a lot of parts in the world, and that's a bummer.
Ugh.
Okay, there. We did a quick one there. We might see Hi-Fi Rush 2. That's exciting.
Nice.
Flappy
Bird returns, but it's a scam.
Okay.
Might actually legitimately be a scam.
Yeah,
Not sure, but maybe.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
And Discord introduces Dave. They're rolling out end-to-end encryption for audio and video calls. It will not, however, be encrypting text communication, which they say is to facilitate moderation and ensure safety on the platform. But if it's an audio call, then you don't need to. Anyway, Discord's current moderation involves both user reporting and a combination of image hashing and machine scanning to flag CSAM. Other forms of automated moderation are controlled by community moderators on the server level. The full technical details for Discord's audio-visual end-to-end encryption protocol, which they call Dave, is outlined in a white paper they've published. Likewise, its backing libraries are open source to allow for public transparency and scrutiny by security researchers. At least it's progress. I'll say that much.
Sure.
All right, let's switch over to After Dark. Shall we?
Yeah.
Yes, we shall.
Okay, phone time while he gets set up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Is this that important to you?
Just why won't you say it? I think that's why I'm so interested. I'm being baited.
So, Dan, can I ask you to do me a big favor?
Yes.
It's not going to be an easy favor.
Oh boy. What are you trying to do?
I need the entire place to go completely dark.
Oh,
okay.
Can you do
I think
that?
that's actually pretty easy for him.
Ideally, this one last.
Which, with the overhead?
Yes, sir. Feel free to do a merch message or something in the meantime, Luke.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
There's a bunch in there for you.
Okay. Uno momento.
And then I've got to get the back ones.
The back ones are manual. We have to climb a ladder.
No, we just turn everything off.
Oh, well, I have to climb a ladder. Maybe Dan can reach.
Okay, let's see what this breaks. Should be nothing. You ready?
Oh, God, you're turning off the battery backup?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, I guess.
Whoa! Whoa! Oh, that's so bright.
Hold on. I'm going to have to play around with the focus a little bit here.
Yeah, because it looks way better in person.
It should be person detected.
It's going to have a hard time in the dark, I think. That's very bright. So,
Good. Okay, you can turn the lights back on.
how... Chat's actually asking the same question I have. How much radiation?
How much radiation?
Yeah,
Well,
what
this
is
is
it?
glow in the dark.
Yeah, what is
Are we
it?
still live? Okay, yeah, we are.
Sorry, what?
What makes it glow in the dark?
It's cool.
What is it?
It's cool. It's
Why are you being so cagey about your phone skin?
because I don't know. Some stuff might happen.
Did you make this? Because
I don't-
how is it for that phone? That's another. I think that's the thing that's been driving me the
What, the
most. nuts.
Samsung Galaxy Note 9? This is a popular device that many people still enjoy.
Yeah. Why? How do you have a? So this was custom made for you. Oh man, it's textured too.
Isn't that cool?
That's really nice, actually.
Pretty cool, hey?
It's also our company's orange.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Interesting. It feels nice.
Yeah, I know. Kind of grippy. Kind of feels good. Yeah, interesting, right?
All right.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm sure I'll have more to say at some point.
Yeah.
But
Photofluorescence, is that fine? All I know about glow-in-the-dark stuff is they used to do it with incredibly radioactive stuff.
Oh,
that was a
no.
long time ago.
Ethically sourced radon now.
Here, I'm just going to give them a closer look at it, and then you can feel free to do a merge.
It looks sharp.
Sure.
All right.
For Luke, hey, WAN. Luke, if you can share, what is the Flowplane algorithm for deciding username color on a live?
In live chat, yeah.
I guess live chat.
Yeah. We're just stopping it there. We're not doing the. Oh, there's a Linus question after that. I see. Okay, got it. I don't remember. That's entirely a Jaden thing.
I think it's a secret.
If I remember correctly, I don't think it's a secret. I think, yeah. Conrad's saying it's just a hash table. I thought it was either that or it was the first letter that it was based off of.
Yeah, you can see the texture.
Like that.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
If I remember correctly, you can even play with the capitalization of your name, and it will change it or something. I don't remember exactly how it works. If you ever see Jaden in the chat, poke him and he'll be able to tell you if he feels like it. Or he won't, because he might not feel like it, because he's not on shift.
Sounds about right.
I'm not going to tell him what to do. Yeah, that's it.
Linus, how do you feel about PlayStation raising the prices on Horizon Zero Dawn?
Is this for the remaster or whatever? It's like it's $10 more, but now it's the remaster or something? Or what are we talking about? Raising the price? Like
I
it
heard
just costs more now?
something happened, but I don't know.
I don't know. It costs however much it costs. If you like the price, then you buy it at the price. If you don't like the price, you don't pay for it. That's
PlayStation quietly raises Horizon Zero Dawn PS4 price following remaster announcement.
Yeah, I guess don't buy it. I mean, I don't know, guys. Come on. Like, yeah, it sucks. Games cost a lot of money, but like, you had like 5 years to buy Horizon. When did Horizon Zero Dawn come out?
Yeah, really.
Horizon Zero Dawn release PS4. Because like I bought it on PC like 3 years ago, I feel like. Dude, this game came out in 2017. It came out 7 years ago. If you wanted to play it, just play it. I don't know, guys. It's a scam. There. It's a scam. It's a scam.
It's a scam.
It's a scam. I mean, I'm not a fan of game prices going up, but like, honestly, we've talked about it extensively on the show before. The fact that game prices haven't gone up a lot more is crazy.
I feel like it's been a standoff where different companies are just like, who's going to go first?
Dude, there's probably more people who work in the marketing department of a modern AAA game than worked on Super Mario World in its entirety, right? Like it's, and that was a $60 cartridge back in 1994, not 93. When did Super Mario World come out? It wasn't 92, was it? I think it was 93. Was it 2? 1990. Good Lord. Right. So yeah, games are flipping expensive. I mean, do I think the whole we're remastering a 7-year-old game thing is a little bit ridiculous and sort of, playing around with the hype cycle and the fact that it's in the news and raising the price or whatever? It's like, yeah, sure, whatever. But realistically, guys, this is games. Wait another 3 months and it's probably going to be on sale again or whatever, and you can get it for a lower price. Like I don't think it's that big of a deal. Personally, I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Okay, I see. I knew there'd be more to it. Naturally, when people saw I'm reading off of DualShockers. I'm going to just share my screen because they seem to have actually pretty good coverage of this. Naturally, when people saw the price spike of Horizon Zero Dawn, it left them scratching their heads, blah, 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 blah. It's like almost doubled it's effectively doubled in price. Following the title of this article is It Closes a Loophole. So I was like, what does that mean? Apparently, if you own the original version, you can upgrade to the remaster version. So they released the remaster version at this price. People were just buying the old one and then upgrading.
Oh, I've got it. Okay. Okay, well, that makes sense. Luca103, on the subject of scams, asks, where's your iPhone, Linus? After I shot the short circuit, they needed it for some other content. So they're going to give it to me when they're done with it.
16?
Yeah, I'm going with the 16 Plus.
You're going to run one? Like mainline?
Oh, yeah.
You're going to put that away?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
It's going away.
Wow.
It's going away. D Starfire, actually, there's a couple questions from Floatplane chat from earlier. D Starfire asked, I've always wondered, what is LMG's stance on like the LTT GIFs in Discord and stuff like that? We don't mind that kind of thing. This was in response to the Ghost Keyboards situation.
Oh, you're not
That's
marketing something with an endorsement with Linus.
Yeah, you're not creating a fake endorsement of a product that I explicitly said I don't think is a good value.
Yeah. I think the GIFs are hilarious.
Yeah.
We
are pro community engagement and community use of our likenesses.
Any time some like meme face of me takes over the subreddit for a little while, it's great fun.
Tor Milkson asks, how's the cat? I realized after I said that the cat was at the vet, I never really gave an update. He's doing great. We don't know what exactly his deal was. He was favoring a leg a little bit. Maybe he just did something stupid because he's a dumb kitten, and he got a little bit of inflammation, got a little bit of a fever, and then they gave him they just gave him an anti-inflammatory and painkillers, and he was fine in like 2 days.
Cool.
So yeah, he's doing great. All right.
What's up, Lee and Lee? I chimed in a while back asking Luke if he had played Bodycam and his opinions on it. Is there any updates? And if so, how does he feel about the camera movement and mechanics?
Did I ever talk about it?
I don't know if you ever did.
There was a brief discussion about it when it sort of just first
Yeah,
dropped.
I thought that might have been on the pre-show, though, or it might have been off camera.
I remember talking about the laser scans and the details and things like that, but might have
Never
been
went
pre-show.
back to it. I hated it. Sorry to the body cam.
Wow, tell us how you really
people.
feel. Was it a scam?
Yes. No. It has a really interesting aesthetic. They cooked. They did interesting things with it, but there was parts of the game that were just like, what? Like the gameplay that I was playing was like seek and destroy style, where when you die you're out until the next round, right? Mm-hmm. But you would then be able to pilot a drone. So you could just fly around the map almost no-clip style because you have a drone, find where they are, and then the in-game voice chat, you could tell your teammates where they were.
Oh, well, that seems like an oversight.
So stupid.
That's a scam.
So my team had one less player than their team. The KD ratios of everyone on our team was better than them in general, but we would just always lose because it would come down to a one, like, it just, I don't know.
Skill issue.
Probably. I was pretty bad, to be completely honest. I did not do well. But it was also super annoying. Like, you'd actually get someone and you'd be stoked, and then you'd hear the drone come around, and it's like, oh, okay. Guess I'm screwed.
Nice.
Like, and you hear the voice chatting drone telling them where you are. It's like...
iRacer6 says they will announce a scam shirt next week, calling it now. You must have missed the part of the show where we said we are going to do a scam shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was one of those games where they're like, it's realistic, so they just made it like feel horrible.
Oh, sure.
Like, you're super clunky, and like coming to a stop is really slow, and like, no, it's really not actually that slow. We don't have to play this way. People can turn on a dime pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it is the aesthetics are really interesting. What they did with it is really interesting. Just, I did not enjoy the gameplay, and I did not enjoy the gameplay mechanics, like the whole drone thing and stuff. That drove me nuts. So I bailed out. But yeah,
I'm going to try to dump through some more Luke ones here.
The reviews are in for our wallpaper app.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Hi, WAN Show. Question for Luke. What are your thoughts on companies asking employees to return to office, such as Amazon?
I'm glad I don't have to answer this.
Yeah, they just asked Luke.
I don't know. I think just like with pretty much any situation, a lot of it's going to come down to the management. I think there are people. I have... Can I talk vaguely enough about this? I think so. I have employed people that didn't work out because, in my opinion, they weren't necessarily a bad worker, but they were not capable of work from home work. They were, you could kind of tell they were not, they weren't doing it. They probably needed more micromanagement. They probably needed more someone can literally see what they're doing all the time level micromanagement, which you can't effectively do with work from home. This whole like monitor their mouse movement thing, whatever, you will always lose that war.
And also just, can we not?
Yeah, that too.
Like,
But the companies are never going to win, so
Can we just not?
they shouldn't even do it.
Yeah.
Because it's like invasive and weird and you're not going to win anyways. So just stop.
Yeah.
But properly managed teams with good people that are going to be honest and do their work. Work from home versus work in office, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. At this point, I think it's like easier to manage people that are work from home.
I think you navigated that really well. The tough thing is that I feel like in our super polarized world,
I need a more aggressive take.
No,
Okay.
no, it's not that. No,
was ready.
no. In our super polarized world, you're either with us or you're against us. And so I think for you to, I think that, you know, you would talk to like the Kevin O'Learys of the world or whatever else. And if you say anything other than the employer has the absolute right to dictate when and where the worker works, then they'll be like, this is communism, you know. And to be clear, I don't know Kevin O'Leary. I don't know if I just every time I read anything about his take on something, it's usually what I disagree with. So I'm just picking on him essentially. I don't know exactly what his take is on this, but I'd probably disagree with it. Sure. And then on the other side, you've got like r/anti-work that basically goes, I should work when I want, however I want, and if I want, and whatever else. And there's sort of this like, for you to have sort of a middle ground feels impossible. Like for you to say something like, sometimes the employer, abuses their power. That's going to upset your capitalist fat cats. And for you to say sometimes the worker is not in good faith contributing positively to the success of the company that, by the way, pays their, paychecks, then the other crowd is going to be up in arms because no person would ever do that.
So what you're saying is I just pissed off everybody.
Yeah, kind of.
Nice.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Way to be a centrist.
Yeah. I also have people literally on my team right now that I think I could objectively say just work better by working from home. More on task, if anything. Like that type of stuff. Like there's just... People are people, and people are different.
Oh, dude, this is great.
Different people work better.
Float plane chat's lighting up with just like dumb shit that Kevin O'Leary has said. Oh man.
I don't even like. He was on Shark Tank, right?
Yeah, the Canadian one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
whale tank.
I don't know what it's called.
Salmon tank.
Anyway,
Beaver dam.
Yeah. The reality of it is
they never accept anything.
There are good faith and bad faith bosses, and there are good faith and bad faith employees.
Yeah.
And any kind of blanket, this and only this is the interpretation of the situation is wrong.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep. It's a different type of management. It also takes sometimes, not always, but sometimes it takes kind of a different type of employee. I think it can be beneficial for some people. I think it can be negative for other people. I think sometimes if it is negative for that person, they might be willing to make certain compromises to make it work if it like saves them a bunch of money or if it saves them a bunch of time or whatever else.
I've also found that if it's negative for people, they tend to be the kinds of people that lack the self-awareness to recognize that it's negative for them.
That is almost certainly also a thing. I think that's also on both sides though. I think sometimes
that's fair.
If managers can't figure out how to manage remote employees, they will just say, "Oh, this system doesn't work."
It's easy to blame.
All these people are bad, and I'm
100%.
good, and no one else. Blah 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 blah. When realistically, it's a, if you are on a remote team and you like it, try to do good by it if you want it to stay existing, because there is a bit of a war on this stuff going on right now, and I think being unrealistic about its potential downsides is not going to help. And I also think that there's bad faith arguments on both sides,
Absolutely.
But, it is what it is.
How about some more Luke ones? Hi, Luke. As an avid active curler from California.
Sick.
Yes, we curl in California.
In California?
Yeah, you had me in... Yeah. Yes. Not going to lie, they had us in the first half.
Do you have other recreational sports, or is that it? My question is lead, second, vice, or skip which one are you usually playing? Also, do you
Oh.
prefer draws or hits?
Oh, generally hits.
No idea what we're talking about.
Hits? Are you a curler from California? I only hear them called takeouts. I'm probably wrong. They're probably right. I bet you a hit is when it... anyways, don't worry. It doesn't matter. I believe I'm usually second. My dad is always the skip, and I don't foresee myself ever playing curling if it's not with my dad. So I will not be that role.
Nice.
Usually my brother's the lead. I'm second. My uncle or someone else playing, depending on if my uncle can make it or not, is third, and then my dad is skip. Yeah. It's basically just the order that you throw the rocks in.
No, I know.
First, second,
I've
and
curled.
third.
Oh, yeah. What do you say?
First, second, and third.
And then skip is just last, but it's essentially like the team captain of sorts.
I was a little thrown off because you like kept forgetting your dad's name.
What?
It's Rob. It's not Skip. No, I know the positions. Okay. I'm just bugging him. That's my uncle.
Oh, that's actually pretty funny.
Terrible.
But no, it's not even just the throwing order. Each one of them has like slightly different roles and responsibilities. Anyways, most of it lays on the
And
skip.
that I don't know anything about because I've only ever done it once.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, back up to the top. Hi, DLL. Notice the new ad insert tests compared to the normal ones on recent videos. Can you talk about these? How are they doing? Any learnings? Enjoying the change up personal.
I got to tell you guys, I'm as surprised as you to see some of them. The one where my son gets swapped out with Dennis was a little jarring.
Oh, I did see that.
That was not in the version of the video that I reviewed. Normally, I'm the final pass review on LTT videos. I did not see that. I thought it was really funny.
It was funny, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're trying to have fun with it a little bit. Like we used to do more of that kind of stuff, and then we just got kind of formulaic. And that's Dennis's job now, is to make our sponsorship spots as engaging as our content. I think he's I think he's doing a really good job in terms of making it more engaging. I think that the team is still kind of working on, what KPIs look like for sponsors to drive more revenue from it. But if nothing else, if we're entertaining you guys, then we consider it a good investment, I think.
Yeah.
It doesn't all fall into my department now. You got to understand that everything that I say now comes from the perspective of
Vision man.
A member of the upper management, but not the one who makes...
Even when he doesn't show up to upper management meetings.
Not the one who makes all the decisions. I show up sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, and I get summaries. You can. I told
He reads
you
the meeting comments.
I told you. You can always call me in if you need help backup on something or whatever. I told you that.
It's not even necessarily that. I think your general input on things would be good, though.
Well, and you can always table something for a future discussion if you're just like, yeah, I've known Linus for 1,000 years, and I feel very strongly that as the investor, primary shareholder of the company, he would think this is phenomenally stupid. Like, we can always have conversations. Nothing's set in stone. We try to make decisions as a team.
And I do think we do a pretty good job. I just think sometimes it's surprising the amount of times that the discussion goes to what would Linus think? And it's like, wow, this would be insanely more efficient if he was here and said what he was thinking.
Okay, but I got videos to shoot.
I know.
The challenge is if all I had to do was be an executive, I could probably do a pretty good job of it. I'd be bored as hell. I struggle to stay on task in that way. I like creating reports and
it's a weird world.
Reviewing reports. I can kind of do it. I can hyper focus and I can power through it. I don't know if you probably got a bunch of emails from me one morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
understand. This doesn't even...
I went through 300 unreads in my inbox and just powered through it on a flight. And then that's the kind of thing I can do, but I'm more of I'm a sprinter. I'm not a marathon runner. And I'm just I don't know. I get pulled in all these different directions and I enable it. My behavior enables the way that people pull me into side conversations and talk to me about things. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm more than happy to do that.
Yeah.
But I won't be in exec meeting every time. Anyway, the point is, I'm a member of the exec team, but everything that I say is a perspective of mine now. It's not just what the company is doing. I am not the CEO.
The company's big, and there's a lot of execs.
I had a conversation with Taryn yesterday that was basically like, he was like, are we doing this? It was like something that he wants to do that I was kind of lukewarm on. And I was like, well, you said we're doing it, so we're doing it. Like, and I was kind of joking with him. I was like, if I give you the title, it's not a title, it's a responsibility. And so, as long as you have the title, until such time as you are fired, you have my sword, like,
is there, do you ask shareholders permission to do things?
It would be more the board of directors. But the board of directors would often represent the interests of the shareholders. Theoretically, everyone is sort of representing the interests of the shareholders, but members of the board of directors, especially in smaller companies like ours, are often the shareholders.
People are tagging me and they're just saying warm.
Nice.
Yeah, because I think it's still in Taryn's defense. I think it's still valid to ask the shareholders what they want.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it is. It is 100%.
Yeah.
And for me, my role is not to micromanage that. It's to set the direction. And if there's a particular, let's say, a personnel decision, or if there's like an investment decision, like if there's some kind of action.
Think in both of those, him going to, I'm in defend Taryn mode now.
No, he's doing great.
In both of those, I'm not saying you're saying he's not doing great. In both of those situations, Vision Man makes sense to consult in both of the things that you just described, and depending on the impact, severity, etc. of those things, consulting shareholders might also make sense.
Sure, but what I'm trying to say is that what I will probably say is, here's your rope,
which is fair enough.
Use it to go as far as you can, or use it to hang yourself. Well, it's an expression.
Fair enough.
Right? Because that's the way it is. That's what leadership is. You have to be given the leeway to successfully lead until such time as you lose the confidence of the board of directors, and then you're fired. Right? Like, because it's the top position in the company.
It's realistic.
So you either are capable of leading, or you've lost confidence and you're done. Right? Like, there's no real, like, it's not like I can be like, oh, well, why don't we demote you to VP of happiness or whatever, right? Like, that's not how that works when someone is brought in to lead.
I feel like that is a role that some company has somewhere.
I mean, probably, but I don't think Taryn would be the one to occupy it. That guy has the worst resting face.
It's pretty bad. I'm used to it at this point. It doesn't faze me anymore.
Yeah. And to be clear, I'm not saying anything about him that I haven't told him to his face multiple times.
Yeah. He told me like almost immediately.
He told you that? That's great.
I suspect he probably.
Same.
Yeah.
I was going to say it was incredibly important for him to say that. Otherwise, I would have been crying every time I talked to him. No,
you get used to it. Like pretty
super.
quick.
If I know, and everybody's like, no, he's just like this, then it's like, okay, yeah, I can handle that. That's fine.
He's just like this.
By the way.
Oh, that's great. Oh, what now? What is a chief happiness officer? Oh my goodness. Yeah, you can't have a chief happiness officer without...
That is the most dystopian term I have ever heard in my entire life. Beatings will continue until morale improves.
All right.
Top performers get an additional 1-minute break. Dear Linus, if ad block is piracy, but closing your eyes isn't, then what is your opinion on a robot that detects ads and puts a blindfold over your face until it's over? Kind of joking, but also curious. I'm going to ask, have either of you seen Black Mirror?
I should. I've only seen bits and pieces.
First season, 15 million merits. There is actually this. They're forced to watch advertisements, or they can pay to make them stop. And if you cover your eyes, a rising tone gets louder and louder and louder, and it says resume viewing, and you have to watch it.
Is this in order to...
You know what I think? I think it's a scam.
Yep.
Scam.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to give you a serious answer. It's the automation. It's the automation that makes it that. So anything you do manually and then resume manually that requires your attention, because that's essentially the payment. The payment is attention. It can be attention on the ad. It can be attending to not paying attention to the ad. I don't look at ads. I mean, we've talked about this extensively. Like I actually, it is a matter of personal pride that I do not like to be influenced by ads. Occasionally, I'll click on stuff, very, very occasionally, but I don't like doing it. And I will actually go out of my way to just like avert my eyes for 9 seconds and then like check back in. But attention is the form of payment. So you're either paying attention to when it's over or you're paying attention to it playing through. And anyway, it's not piracy, it's privateering. We've been through this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting take.
Hey, Linus, Luke, and Dan. During a fresh Windows install, Windows Update downloaded and flashed my BIOS on restart. Is there an end in sight for the amount of power Microsoft is taking lately?
Actually, hold on. Really? I want to go back to the other thing for a second. Oh. It's also down to like, I'm not condemning anything. Whatever you're comfortable with, you just do your thing. There. Okay. Is there an end to the?
To be fair.
Actually, the BIOS flashing thing, I believe that's more down to the system integrator. Like that would never happen with a custom machine. So I don't think this is really Windows. This is more Windows Update having a functionality that the system integrator is choosing to make use of, as opposed to Microsoft seizing power. There's plenty of Microsoft abusing power lately that we could point at. I don't think this is it.
All right.
Okay, what else? I gotta make sure that is broadcast. Since LMG has such a wide array of different jobs, how does growing in your own field look like? For example, graphic designer, particularly with the continual growth of the company.
Like a lot of small/medium, I think technically we still qualify as small by a lot of definitions. Like a lot of small companies, we struggle with this. And we've had to, in some cases, create sort of, I don't want to call them artificial because they are reflective of the increased experience and or compensation that is associated with them. But we've had to kind of create new segmentations sometimes within roles that previously would have been the same. So we previously had writer. Now we have junior writer and senior writer.
You could take a piece from like Silicon Valley tech stuff where you have like numbered levels.
Yeah, something like
Engineer
that.
3,
that'd be
whatever.
one good thing that could come from Silicon Valley tech.
I'm sure it's misused for horrible reasons somehow.
It's absolutely something that we have looked at a little bit, and it's absolutely something that we haven't looked at enough and haven't solved.
Linus, I remember you saying you had to go to Saskatoon to get your Taycan. How did you like your visit to our flat chunk of dirt?
I did not say that.
I don't.
This kind of thing happens a lot. I read a lot of things that I apparently said that I definitely never said and definitely never happened. I imported it from Quebec, so you're close. Just got the province wrong, and you got who went where wrong. However, conveniently, I have been to Saskatchewan. I think I drove through Regina though. Which one does the one road go through? It was a long time ago. I was 16 years of age, but I did drive through the prairies. I didn't really think they were as flat as people make them out to be. Yeah, I went through Regina. I did not go through Saskatoon. That would, would that ever have been a long way out of the way. Yeah, I mean, they were flat, but the way people talk about it, it's like, yeah, you could see for like 1,000 miles in every direction. I mean, like, yeah, it's sort of like there's rolling hills and stuff. Like, at least in the bottom part of Saskatchewan that I drove through. Regina, you guys, Regina, it's a city. Calm down.
I knew it was going to happen immediately. Immediately.
All Canadians giggle too.
Good job, chat.
Question to Linus. Is there any other tech or house dream upgrades you want to make? Thanks for all the amazing content.
I don't know. It's all like kind of awesome.
I'm getting pretty stoked on something we're going to be working on.
I forget.
No, not us.
Oh, cool.
We as in myself and Emma. My roommate is gone.
Yeah.
Birds were sick, which sucked. They were gone for a long time. It was very expensive, but that let us, get crazy chemical carpet cleaners in there and
Nice.
just really like clean things up.
Not a great review of
And-
your former roommate.
For the whole house,
Nice.
in his defense.
I'm just bugging
it was pretty bad, but we did do it for the whole house. And we're going to be moving all the like computers and stuff in there.
Sick.
And we're already kind of planning out. There's still more things to plan out, but both desks against one wall with like a little island in the middle for where the birds are going to go and stuff. It's going to be pretty cool.
Sick.
It's going to be cool.
I can't really think of any tech upgrades that I need to make right now. My tech setup at my house is like kind of
And that
awesome.
No, I won't go into it.
Oh, okay. Now I'm curious.
It doesn't really matter, but what? Go away.
Okay, sorry. Does stopping a long-form YouTube video and finishing it later or the next day negatively affect the creator?
I can't answer for sure, but what I can say is that probably that would actually be a positive signal. We have videos that have extremely low retention, but extremely strong performance over time. Here, let me see if I can just... what is happening right now?
Google Analytics is a weird, or YouTube Analytics is a weird...
Yeah, so here...
Weird magic.
Here, check this out. I'm just going to share my screen real quick here. So how to build a PC, the last guide you'll ever need. Let's look at the original one. This retention graph is absolute poo-poo. Like by the end of this video, only 16% of people are watching this video. And yet this got served for a whopping 12 million views on the platform. So like for context here, okay, let's take something more recent. Okay, can you have too many Wi-Fi routers? Obviously, it's a much shorter video, but you can clearly see here, we're looking at more like, by the time they end sponsorship spot, 45%. So it's above typical retention, right? By the time we reach the end. I don't know, 1.3 million views. Let's not serve that as much. YouTube home down, YouTube recommendations down. Why would that be? Because the first video I showed you guys is reference material. The overall watch time is huge because it's like 2 hours long. So that 16% or whatever it was at the end amounts to longer watch time, and YouTube wants you on the platform. The other thing is that people look at it, they go, well, that's nice, but I'm not building a computer right now. And then they come back when it is time to build a computer. That is a very strong signal. So you just have to think about what kind of signal your behavior is sending algorithmically. Looking at something, going, I don't have time for this right now, and going out of your way to take part of your day and search for it and go back to it and finish it, that is a very strong signal that you were quite engaged by that content. So I would say it's a very good thing, actually. Don't like do that. Don't just like start videos and then like go back on purpose to go watch them or whatever. Just use the platform, and it should theoretically tune itself for you.
Yeah.
Hey Linus, now that you are switching to iPhone, will you also be trying the Apple ecosystem? Watch, macOS, maybe HomeKit?
I don't really have any need to switch to macOS right now. And besides, I think my perspective with iPhones was always using an iPhone as a Windows guy. And that will continue to be my perspective, I think.
DLL currently working for a tech startup in a decision-making position, and my team is scaling quickly. What methods have you used to evaluate if you're making the right decisions for growth? These are hard questions.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, realistically, you could take an entire degree of that.
Yeah.
So...
And you'd still barely know what you're doing.
Yeah. Find data you can trust at least a bit, and then try to be guided by
Also,
it.
as much as I'm not a fan of the guy, Bezos has an interesting quote on data stuff that I've been trying to push around a little bit lately as we're getting more and more data driven. It's very easy for data to lie. It's also very easy for you to misinterpret what the data really means. So if the sentiment it's really good to capture data and to read it and try to figure out what's going on, but if the sentiment and the data notably don't match, try to figure out what's going on, but generally you should strongly consider the sentiment. It says something along that lines. I don't remember what it is.
How have power tool companies been given a pass for so long for locking consumers into their ecosystems with batteries, while companies like Apple or Google are criticized for being anti-consumer?
Because it's a different, less. Okay. First of all, if you talk to any trades, they hate that. Drives them crazy. You talk to farmers. They hate lockdown John Deere tractors.
Oh yeah.
They're not getting a pass. We tech folk just aren't really talking about it because it doesn't affect us day to day. Because no offense to you, but you probably don't work with a drill every day because you watch this show. And yes, I know you do, but most of the views don't. So we tend to kind of fixate on the things that affect us day to day, the things that we are closest to. I mean, that's probably a significant contributor to how flipped out everybody was over MKBHD's wallpaper app. If someone that you didn't know, if what's her name, the Goop actress.
Oh.
Whatever.
Goop actress?
Yeah, if she launched some Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, Goop.
Yeah,
Goop.
If she launched some Goop product that was like $100, cucumber slice that you put on your eye or whatever, you won't hear about it. You won't care. That doesn't mean that she got away with it,
Yeah.
You just didn't care.
Yeah.
I'm fighting with a Milwaukee guy. You're forgetting about the brand loyalty as well.
Yeah, they also might not care because they will happily give like Milwaukee $300 for a radio.
Boo, Milwaukee. Get the Makita espresso machine that's battery powered. Yes, it's a real thing.
There's a lot of brand war in
really
trucks
intense
and tools.
with tools.
Trucks
It's
and
really
tools
intense.
is a crazy one. You have a Ford, we can't be friends now.
My dad's a Ryobi guy. I like the green.
Dude, there's people who would actually just like use a manual screwdriver versus use a drill from a brand that they don't like. It is mind blowing
As
to
they
me.
should.
Yeah,
I will
so-
not touch Team Red.
So I wasn't kidding about that. This is a radio for $300 Canadian dollars. Yeah, KMS Tools is right.
Look up. You got to show the Makita coffee maker. You have
Makita
to.
coffee maker.
I need you to. I know we're pressed for time, but
Okay. Well, at least it's cheaper than the other thing. Okay, well, I'm over it. I don't need to click through
yeah,
that.
no, that's fine. You get the point.
All right.
I appreciate you all. I am curious about how Linus's solar panels have been impacting his electric bill. Maybe an idea for a future video.
Lowering it a bit.
Hey, LLD, love how you guys keep reviews on LTTStore as they are and don't censor poor reviews. That said, why are we not able to review products after a few months?
I don't know. Just review them right away, I guess. Well, no, that's stupid because then if you wanted to leave a long-term review, you wouldn't be able to. I don't know. We had an issue with our reviews plugin this week where someone thought we had changed the gradient. Oh, it's still like this. Okay, so it on some with very few reviews, the way the gradients work on the lower ones. Oh no, this is better because the opacity was different. Opacity? Opacity.
Was it like blue at the bottom, so it's harder to see, or what?
Yeah, the colors were different, so it made it seem like these ones were not as big when they were. Yeah,
we weren't doing that.
No, we didn't do that No, it's okay. It's okay. Anyway, Conrad already fixed it, but the point is that we didn't do that intentionally. The plugin that we use for customer reviews just like updated, and like we didn't know, and we had to manually intervene in order to make it not do that. So it's possible that might just be a limitation of the platform we use. We didn't create our own review system.
And like there are things I don't like about it. I don't want us to make our own.
Yeah, that's basically where we're at on this.
It is what it is.
Cool.
I don't think anyone else internally wants us to make our own either. So
Yep,
sorry.
that will not be an initiative.
Yo, Linus, have you played Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door? It seems like the sort of RPG you'd have fun playing.
I have not, but I should. It definitely seems like the sort of RPG I would enjoy. Oh, I accidentally
That's fine.
just archived a second one.
Hi, WAN Show. This is for you, Linus. You have mentioned that you are emotionally needy in relationships. How did you and Yvonne deal with this, and what conversation complications did you both have?
Well, we're both emotionally needy, so we met, and then basically, you notice I never talk about friends that I have, other than like people I work with. It's because Yvonne and I became completely, I believe the word is enmeshed.
Enmeshed.
Yeah. And healthy or not, hey, we're coming up on 20 years, baby.
I'd say that's healthy.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So cool.
All right, I found the one that you deleted. Hello, WAN.dll. I'm currently without power and internet due to 4 days due to the Hurricane Helene, but safe. How would you handle getting your tech family through a similar situation without power?
I'm super obsessive about battery banks. I have tons, and they tend to be rather charged. I've got food and water reserves.
The problem is that he's currently without power. That makes things really hard.
If you haven't already prepped, yeah, I don't know.
What we did for a long time is we got an old generator from a boat, diesel generator from a boat, and you could run that thing on like old engine oil if you wanted to. It was really powerful, very easy to run, but giant, but also very cheap. A lot of people do the natural gas ones outside, but that doesn't really work if the natural gas infrastructure explodes. Don't know.
Code Red 255 in Floatplane asks, is this a rerun? The WAN Show is always live, except for that one time. Was it April Fool's that we did a pre-recorded one, or was it Christmas? I think we did one on Christmas.
I think it was Christmas.
I think we've done it once or twice. We've pre-recorded the WAN Show. I'll prove it. See, I wouldn't do that if it was pre-recorded. Why would I think to pre-record that? That'd be crazy.
40 chess.
With time travel.
Yeah.
Okay, well, last one then.
Oh, ouch.
Linus, I have heard you recommend Anno 1800 for years. I finally got the game for Steam. I have been playing on my Framework 13 do-it-yourself Intel 12th gen.
Nice.
Do you have any suggestions for a noob?
Watch at least a couple of just like people's startup videos, and then invest no more than probably like 30 to 60 minutes in that, because it's fine. You'll want to explore for yourself, right? Like you'll want to kind of figure out your own way to do things. And then the other big one is look at just one or two videos of people kind of showing off their final states, because that'll give you some ideas in your mind for what you need to plan ahead for as you're laying the foundation of your city or cities.
My thing would actually be something that Linus hammered home for me. I was somewhat sheltered when I kind of first started playing Anno, because I would just like be the military ship guy, and then Linus would build all the islands. But something he used to mention all the time was to look at your production. So instead of just like looking at the map and, you know, you highlight over something and you're like, oh, I don't have enough of this, I'll build another thing so that I can have more of it. That's actually a pretty bad way to go. You want to look into your production and see how much your like resource harvesting places are generating versus how much your product producing places are using those things and making new ones, and how many of those things you actually need, and balance the equation. Instead of just like building kind of stuff that you think you might need. It's wildly more efficient, and I find more rewarding. And once you figure that out on one island, then the efficiency growth of like, oh, actually potatoes take up a lot of freaking space. So I found this other island that has potatoes. Maybe I'll just grow those there, and I'll set up a trade route back and forth and do it that way. Doing stuff like that starts to become very natural. Yeah.
This
Cool.
is cool. I didn't know about this. Someone pointed this out in chat. CAS multi-brand battery system. CAS
Whoa.
brands. Cordless Alliance something, I think.
Do you just need like an adapter or something?
I don't know. Metabo? CAS, cordless, sorry.
The drill communicates with
about
the
CAS.
battery itself. The BMS has a specialized computer in it on each battery. I know because family friend is a Makita dealer, and he gets us buckets of old batteries that have basically just failed, and then we Frankenstein them back together, make adapter plates and things like that. It's very interesting.
Cool. I forget, what does CAS stand for? I think we've love hugged to the site. Oh, Cordless Alliance System. There it is. Cool. Well, good luck with that. And good luck with you guys finding something else to do now, because it's the end of the show.
Yeah.
We'll see you again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Bye.
Go home. Medicate your birds.